In a tradition spanning nearly 3 decades, baseball's top prospects descend upon the desert every autumn for the Arizona Fall League. Before their big league dreams become a reality, they'll join the long list of stars to add a stop in the AFL to their baseball resumes. Look no further than this year's World Series champion to see the impact that former AFL players are having across the major leagues. The 2021 Braves were loaded with AFL experience. The face of the franchise, Freddie Freeman.
And that is a monster mash out of Freddie Freeman.
Breakout NL MVP candidate, Austin Riley.
And this is down for a base hit, and the Braves take game 1.
Winner of the decisive Game 6, Max Fried.
Wow,
what a job by Max Fried.
NLCS MVP, Eddie Rosario.
Eddie Rosario keeps his dream postseason alive.
And World Series MVP, Jorge Soler.
he attacks and smokes one to deep left. That is out of the ballpark. Whoa!
A future World Series hero may be upon us in the desert tonight. It's the AFL Championship game next. Fall baseball in the desert is a treasure. It's another successful season of prospects progressing and showing off their talent for fans and for scouts. One last order of business. Let's crown a champion on this 75-degree evening in mid-November out west. The Mesa Solar Sox match up with the surprise Saguaros in the Arizona Fall League Championship game on Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. The winners from the East and West Division get after it tonight. Mesa had the East wrapped up with a 4-game edge, but the West was wild. Final day of the regular season, still up for grabs for any of the 3 teams. Surprise had the clearest path, win, and they're in, and they did. A 5-3 W over Glendale, led by their ace Owen White. They held a tiebreaker over Peoria, and now we are at the finish line. And welcome inside the booth, everyone. Scott Braun, along with Jonathan Mayo from MLB Pipeline. You've been here for about, what, 1 to 2 weeks at this point?
Yeah, pretty good gig. Great weather, good baseball. I cannot complain.
I'll take it. I'm happy to be here yet again. And we last spoke about a week ago for the Fall Stars game. That was a showcase. This is a championship game.
Yeah, it's interesting. The AFL is very much a kind of low-key developmental league. Guys are working on specific things, but these guys are professionals, right? They're competitors. There's not an off switch to that. They all figured if we're going to be here, we might as well win a ring.
Yes, and also show off your talent. So let's start with the prospects on the Mesa side. Who stands out to you?
Well, it's the middle of the lineup that is really going to get them going, I think, here offensively, and did all fall. We're talking about J.J. Bleday of the Marlins, their first-round pick out of Vanderbilt not long ago, and Nelson Velasquez of the Cubs, just added to the 40-man roster. Both of them have put up ridiculous numbers. Nelson Velasquez was the league MVP, just named today. J.J. Bleday, co-hitter of the year, and, of course, the Fall Stars MVP. Both of them have been tremendous run producers for the Solar Sox.
And then what about surprise? They had to fight to get here. Like I mentioned, last day of the regular season, they needed some guys to swing the bats well. Austin Wells was their star.
Yeah, they were down 3-0, and Austin Wells, he's the Yankees' first-round pick out of Arizona, swung the bat really well all fall, came up with a big 2-run home to get them back in the game. They clawed their way back and took the lead shortly thereafter. We're talking an advanced approach to the plate, plenty of power to tap into. It remains to be seen whether he sticks behind the plate long term. He's athletic enough where he might be able to move around to first base or the outfield. He's DHing tonight, so we're just going to get to see him swing the stick.
Yes, we'll see him in the lineup. He had 3 for 3 in yesterday's W, and future stars play in this Arizona Fall League. You know the deal. NL MVP Bryce Harper actually played with Mike Trout on the same ball club years back. The stars of tomorrow shine in the Valley of the Sun. We'll have lineups and first pitch of the AFL Championship game next on MLB Network.
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
I'm craving
wings. Frigidaire's range lets you air fry right in your oven. It's all the flavor, none of the guilt.
so
good. That's using your Frigidaire.
Keep your head.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. And hello to a thanks-worthy feast, free with all our delicious rewards points. Your refined palate misses nothing, my twin. So many sweet points baked into every bite. The freshest veggies, the tender turkey, the points. Agreed. Here's to earning free groceries. And to Winn-Dixie, the most rewarding place to shop. Win-win twins for the win. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win.
Well, my dad's 91 years old now, and managing medication is an issue. You know, some of the medications he's on, his life depends on.
Tommy discovered a membership with Hero, which includes a smart device that makes managing meds easy.
With the Hero pill dispenser, it's made it a whole lot easier because all I actually do is pick the prescription up, load the machine, he goes in and pushes a button and it dispenses it.
Hero is as low as $1 a day. Go to HeroTV.com for a special TV offer.
We're inching closer to first pitch of the AFL championship game, and if you notice a brisk pace, perhaps faster than a major league game, then you're not dreaming. It's true. There's a pitch timer, and it'll be used between pitches. There's violations and ball strike penalties for the pitcher or the hitter if they're not in the box or the pitcher's not ready to go. 15 seconds with the bases empty, 17 seconds runners on, and 30 between batters. And what does that mean, Jonathan? Quicker games, about 2.5 hours if it's on the lower scoring end, which sometimes is not the case. AFL, we see offense ahead of pitching, but overall the average time of game was 2:45 that we're looking at here, and on the bottom there, if it's 10 or fewer total runs, it's a 2.5 hour game.
It's been crisp. Having been here for a week, I really like the pitch clock. Maybe they need to adjust some things here and there, but I think the players adjusted to it as well, and it kept things moving, and it made the games more interesting.
It was a part of the Fall Stars game a week ago, right here on MLB Network. We enjoyed it, and if anything, sometimes it keeps the broadcasters in check as well. Get your notes in. Here comes the next pitch. And here comes the surprise Saguaros to hit the field and take on a Mesa Solar Sox team that is the visiting squad due to the record being a bit behind Surprise. Surprise really had to battle on the last day to make it to this point. Mesa, on the other hand, had a 4-game advantage in the division. This is their starting 9, and you can notice many Fall Stars if you were watching a week ago, like Andy Weber, Logan Davidson, the Fall Stars MVP in J.J. Bleday, the league MVP in Nelson Velazquez, one of the top prospects in this AFL, and Gabriel Moreno, Spencer Horwitz also putting together a very strong AFL in the last 3 in the order: Bride, Meisner, and Vasquez. And Jacques Pucheu is on the mound out of the Reds organization, 24 years old, putting together a stellar AFL. This is someone they're happy to have representing them in the championship game.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well, and they chose him because of the strong fall he's had. Obviously they don't have Owen White to throw for them because he pitched yesterday, but he has thrown extremely well. During the Fall Stars game, Scott, we saw a lot of guys lighting up the radar gun, throwing hard. We are not going to see that from Pucheu. He is going to throw a lot of change-ups. His fastball, velocity-wise, not great, but he really knows how to pitch and keep hitters off balance. And if he's efficient, he could stay in there for a little while. It's
a nice-looking ERA in a league that is full of offense. Under the 2 mark, 13 strikeouts, 14 innings. He opened up the AFL with 8 1/3 shutout frames, and now he's matching up against the top offense in terms of batting average and OPS. So Mesa has prospects from 5 organizations: the Orioles, Cubs, Marlins, A's, and Jays. And for Surprise, you'll see prospects in the national system as well as the Rangers, Reds, Royals, and Yankees organizations. Arizona Fall League Championship time. Scott Braun and Jonathan Mayo on MLB Network. Pucheu matching up against Andy Weber. And we're off and running. 24-year-old Andy Weber, drafted in the 5th round by the Cubs in 2018, and he has had a very strong AFL campaign after somewhat of a lost 2021 minor league season.
You have a lot of guys out here like that, Scott, who are just trying to make up for lost at-bats and things like that. He has such an advanced approach at the plate. He's a perfect guy to have in the leadoff spot. He's going to probably make Pucheu go through his entire repertoire so they can see it.
And he connects, a little flare to right, and that is caught towards the line by Elijah Dunham for the first out. And that brings us to Logan Davidson, number 12 in the Oakland A's organization, according to MLB Pipeline, and a 29th overall pick back in 2019 out of Clemson. He's playing third base today. We've seen him spend some time at shortstop as well. What's the future position, Jonathan?
Yes.
Yes?
I think he's going to be a guy.
He's going to make it.
I think he will move around a little bit. Third base might be the best spot for him defensively. He is a gamer. He played every single game of the AA season for Midland before coming out here to get some more work in. It's not something you see all that often. We're seeing him from his weaker side here. He's got to continue working on his plate discipline and his swing selection.
Lays off that one, a ball and 2 strikes. Last week we had Yonder Alonso on the broadcast with us, and he said, body type, a young Chris Bryant.
I'm sure Logan Davidson would love to hear that.
Yes. 6'3", listed 185, and rips one to left, and he connects, and he is the first man on tonight. It's a 1-out double for Logan Davidson. And a ground rule double in that. A ball in the corner, really on both sides, will disappear into the bullpen at times and give you a free 2 bags.
And you can see here he stayed back on the soft stuff. That they know Pucheu's going to come at them with a he's got 2 breaking balls and the changeup, and he relies really heavily on that changeup that he got Weber out in front on, and Davidson stayed back, kept his hands back long enough to be able to yank that down the line.
Here's the real tough part of the order in J.J. Bleday, followed by league MVP Nelson Velasquez on deck. Bleday in the top 100, ranked number 71, down minor league season, and then he has really risen in the AFL.
Started making some adjustments late second half of the year. Didn't show up as much in the numbers, but he felt he was starting to figure things out. And so when he showed up here, he was kind of ready to go. And this is a little bit more of the kind of hitter I think the Marlins, and fans in general coming out of Vanderbilt thought that Bleday was going to be. Now he'll have to show he can do it over the course of a long season, against high-level competition.
And he watches his first strike. There's the breaking ball from Pucheu. It's 2-1. Bleday, the Fall Stars game MVP. I mean, when he connects, it's loud.
More and more soft stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Pucheu gives in and throws a fastball here with first base open. I know it's the first inning and you've got the league MVP on deck, but he relies so much and he's willing to throw that changeup at any point in the count. So even though this is a 3-1 count, I wouldn't guarantee that he's going to come in with a fastball here.
And he misses. Ball 4.
With the fastball. So
yes.
That's what I know.
Off the mark, though, and 2 on, and this is what J.J. Bleday did a week ago in the Fall Stars game. Look out. 93 over the plate. He did not miss it. That was from Coleman Crow. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 417 feet to center.
Yeah, he got all of that one. You can just see his hands are so much quicker than they were during the regular season and even during his time at Vanderbilt.
1 out, 2 on. Nelson Velazquez going after the first pitch and fouling it back. I'll say this also for J.J. Bleday. Not the worst thing in the world to go through some adversity on your way to the major leagues as opposed to facing it when you get to the show.
Right, when you think you've figured it out or something like that. He is so smart. Got to talk to him before the game just about his hitting, his mechanics, the adjustments he's made, and it's like talking to a hitting coach. So I think he's going to be just fine, and getting that adversity early certainly helped.
Popper off the bat of Velazquez. Foscue has it. 2 down. There's the setup on D for Surprise. Dunham's in right field. He's made a play already, and remember, he made an outstanding catch a week ago in the Fall Stars game.
He is a guy who has really made a name for himself. We'll get to talk more about him, I think, when he gets because he's hit really well, he's run really well, and he's defended really well. As a kind of more off the radar kind of prospect.
I promise I'll bring him up.
Yes, unlike this guy at the plate who is certainly on the radar.
Yes, Gabriel Moreno, number 32 on MLB Pipeline's Top 100. Top prospect in the Blue Jays organization, and he led the AFL with 11 doubles this year in 22 games.
That 32 ranking might be light. We'll have to see when we go to re-rank it, but he was, consistently perhaps the most exciting prospect here on both sides of the ball. And just because a couple days ago he played a game at third base and looked like he'd always been playing there. Ooh. He's trying to give him a 3-run lead right there.
That's right. Last game of the AFL season, don't hold back, and we've seen exit velocity from him. He also can run. He had an infield hit a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do on a 2-0 swing right there. I mean, he pulled that front shoulder out a little bit, but still, he knew what was coming, and he did not get cheated.
Not a big swing and miss guy either from the catcher position. Makes contact, lays off that one and hit him. And it'll load up the bases for Mesa in the first.
Yeah, he's such a good hitter that he knows that he could, completely try to sell out and hit one out of the park, and he'd be fine whether it's 2 strikes. And in this case, he couldn't get out of the way of that slider from Pucheu.
So his teammate in the Blue Jays organization has a nice opportunity in the first. Bases loaded, 2 down. It's Spencer Horwitz, a 24th round pick by Toronto in 2019.
He's had a really good fall. I mean, he was vying for the batting title, right up until the end. Good guy to have up in this situation because he's not going to try to do too much.
It was music to my ears when I was looking for some quotes from Spencer. I caught one that said, "I'm a big competitor in the box. I hate striking out more than anything." We'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, he makes a ton of contact. He does not strike out a lot. He draws walks. Question of how much power he will have.
Pucheu is going to have to find the zone. Like we mentioned, the plate discipline is there. Nowadays, if you see really any minor league hitter finish with more walks than strikeouts in a season, it pops off the page.
It does. And not as much here in the fall because so many guys struggle with command. Came back with some more soft stuff right there. That's the changeup. He just deadens it.
That's his best pitch.
That is by far his best pitch. He has to be around the zone because he is not going to blow the ball by anybody. That changeup will fool people at any point, and you can see right here, it's got some nice dive to it. He deadens the spin.
Nice job by Milas to keep it in front of him.
You talk about like most fastballs, Scott, like I think major league average was what, about 2,300 RPM, somewhere around there. His changeup is about 1,400. So there's almost no spin on it, and then that's what makes it fall off the table. And sells it with the same arm speed. So that pitch could get him to the big leagues. He's probably a middle reliever when all is said and done. But you're right. I mean, if he's not commanding the ball in the zone, he's not going to be effective because he can't blow the ball by people.
We'll see if he dials it up again. Goes with the fastball, and Horwitz connects, and Mesa's on the board first with 1. Davidson scores, and so does Bleday. It's 2-0 Mesa. Spencer Horwitz with the 2 RBI single with 2 outs in the first.
You know, they've seen all of his soft stuff, and the thing with Pucheu is that he's got to set up the fastball with the effective softer stuff, and I think he's got to change the eye level, and that one was kind of right in Spencer Horwitz's wheelhouse. He got too much of the plate. I think you want to try to get that a little bit more up in the zone, and like I said, Horwitz never tries to do too much.
Clutch knock early on for Mesa. Now Cameron Meisner, or make that Jonah Bride, is digging in for Mesa. Bride DHing tonight. He's out of the Oakland organization. Interesting prospect. Has spent some time at first base, second base, third base, and now all of a sudden, I'll try catching in the AFL this year. Why not?
He caught for like a couple weeks at Instructs and then came here. And, you know, by all accounts, he handled himself okay. There are a couple of games where, you know, people ran on him quite a bit. But I think the A's like his baseball IQ. He's got a good arm. And, you know, in terms of him DHing here today, he makes a lot of contact. He had one of the best contact rates against fastballs in AA for the A's organization this year. So, I mean, he has a chance.
Well, he has a chance to drive and run, and he takes advantage. Make it 3-0 Mesa on the RBI knock from Jonah Bride to score Gabriel Moreno. Well, the blitz is on in the first, and we're talking a lot about players with excellent plate discipline and contact skills. It's on display so far in the opening frame.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Jonah Bride and his ability to hit fastballs, and he got a fastball there, and, you know, I think that's why the A's like him so much. And he doesn't necessarily have the thump or a carrying tool to make him, you know, an everyday third baseman or something like that. But behind the plate, if that can stick, either he can be a super utility guy. You know, I think there's a little less pressure to produce as much. But he makes a lot of good hard contact like we saw right there.
And he'll stick with Oakland. He was added to the 40-man roster, which we'll get into as we continue along here. The deadline was yesterday to add players to the 40-man. Otherwise, there were some that will now be eligible for the Rule 5 draft.
Which comes next month. And you know, the fall league, as much as it's the developmental league, it's also an audition league, you know, to either make the 40-man roster or so teams can consider them for that Rule 5 draft.
Nelson Velazquez, another name who was, of course, protected by Chicago, and it doesn't hurt that he was the best hitter in the fall.
Yeah, I mean, you say, of course. I don't know that that would have been a slam dunk if he doesn't come and do what he did while he was here. I mean, there were some swing and miss issues and some approach issues. Always had big raw power, but starting to really show the willingness and the ability to make adjustments, and that's been the biggest difference for him. And I think that's why they added him to the 40-man.
Also in the Marlins organization, just like J.J. Bleday, it's Cameron Meisner, number 22 in their top 30, and he's been on a power surge in the AFL.
Ton of raw power, good speed. You know, if it all clicks, we're talking a 20-20 kind of guy.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on him for my fantasy team in what, 2023?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Super athlete. What does he need to work on?
You know, it's an approach thing. You know, cutting down the swing and miss. Same. You know, he had the same issues in college at times where, you know, the power, the raw tools are really, really good. He's one of the best all-around athletes in a system that's got some pretty good athletes in it. You know, and young players in the big leagues. So it's just a consistency of contact at the plate so he can get to that power.
This is the 8-hitter for Mesa in the first. Meisner takes ball 2.
I think Pucheu thought he had strike 3 right there. That was the changeup again. And dove down a little bit low, using the automated ball and strike system here today.
So it's harder to make your case to the ump. You'd have to talk to the computer on that one. There's strike 3. He gets the call that time and rings up Meisner. But Mesa attacks. 3 hits, 3 runs, a couple walks as well in the first inning, showing off their offensive attack here in the championship game.
They make tough plays. They score the big runs. But this year, who will make the final cut? Don't miss the All-MLB Team Awards. Tuesday at 6 Eastern, exclusively on MLB Network.
Your hand in mine. Let's dance the night away.
Bring your holiday to life with Harry and David Gourmet Gifts. Order now for Christmas delivery.
Hey, how you doing, baby? You look mighty fine. I figured I might come your way and roll up on you with that golden ticket.
Smell irresistible. The new Axe Effect.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was going to say the same thing. That's it. Draw up the contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
A 3-spot for Mesa in the championship game here in Arizona, and now a chance for an answer in the bottom of the first from Surprise representing the West. Jackson Clough's going to lead the way. Nathan Eaton hitting second. Dunham third. Austin Wells was their big bat yesterday. Foscue, Mount, Sapporo, Millis, and Duran to round out the 9. We'll introduce all of them to you as we roll along here in Arizona. Last game of the AFL season. It's a 1-game championship. Best from the East against best from the West, and Caleb Kilian getting the start. That one on a spin on the ground for the shortstop Luis Vazquez to put away Jackson Clough. Let's get into this AFL campaign for Caleb Kilian. He's number 14 on the Cubs top 30 list, and the Cubs need pitching. Well, here's a guy who has a chance to make it up to the big league roster, what, maybe next year?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. I think he needs some more innings at the upper levels, so maybe back end, same token, they always do need pitching. So I think if he performs like he did down the stretch here, he has a chance. This is a guy who kind of has a big up arrow next to his name. They got him in the Chris Bryant trade from the Giants, so they haven't had him for that long. But all of his stuff has trended up. Throwing harder. His curveball is nastier because it's got a little more oomph to it.
That's up the middle, backhanded from Weber on to first in time. Nice play from Andy Weber to retire Nathan Eaton.
Yeah, Mesa's hoping that Kilian can give him 5 innings here today, so getting a couple of ground ball outs here. And Weber's just a steady player. You may see him at second, you may see him at third. It's kind of a Cubs kind of player where you can move him around and you know what he's going to do at the plate.
Hooking up his teammate with an out there, and there's the rest of the defense. The setup for Mesa. 2 down quickly in the first, and now it's Elijah Dunham. 95 from Caleb Kilian. So his ERA in this AFL season, and obviously everything is small sample size. The ERA for Kilian is above 5, but that really had to do with the beginning of his season. What do you have for him?
Yeah, he had 1 outing. His first outing, he didn't record an out, and he gave up 7 runs.
Okay.
So it takes a year to come back from that. After that, he's been pretty good, and he gave up 2 runs in his next outing, and then hasn't given up a run since. So that's math. 12 innings, shutout ball since then, and so he kind of found his rhythm, found better command, and he really hasn't walked anybody either in those last 3 outings either.
4-pitch mix.
Yeah. He's got a chance to be a starting pitcher at the big league level.
Nice swing and miss there. Good looking pitch from Kilian. So how does he get to the next level? Is it, I know you mentioned this a bit last week, the development of the changeup that could give him that really legit third pitch to be able to represent in a starting rotation?
Yeah, I mean, because he's got two distinct breaking balls, and they both can be good. We saw the slider there. But, you know, he's got the stuff to start having something softer, whether it's, you know, more, you know, a bigger curveball or that changeup is going to be important. It can't be all hard, you know, so I think that that's what he's really going to work on. And, you know, he continues to work on different grips and things like that. And that's what he's been doing this fall, and clearly has found a little bit of a groove.
98, missed low. Count is full for Dunham. Yeah, he's spoken at length about the curveball and the changeup. Going with more of a spike grip with the curve. We haven't seen it in this sequence yet.
Yeah, and it's more of a cutter than a slider. And pure heat right there.
That is some heat at 97. Produces a chase. 3 up, 3 down on the surprise side. Caleb Kilian making a statement in the first.
Jingle, jingle every day. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Shine brighter.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
I look fly. Yeah, I look good.
Look good. Feel good. Play good. Gillette Pro Glide. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball to get virtually every hair on the first stroke. Look good, game good. Gillette.
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
Logan, congrats on winning this year's Darnell Stenson Award. It's a really, really prestigious honor. We're proud of you here with the Phillies. Great season. I think it says a lot about who you are, the way you play the game, the way you make your teammates better. That's the important stuff. So we couldn't be more happy for you. You earned it. What a tremendous year you had, and what a tremendous fall league you had. We're excited about what lies ahead in the future, and just wanted to say congratulations from one fellow award winner to another. Congrats. Way to go.
Thank you, former big leaguer and current GM of the Phillies, Sam Full. That was awesome. The Darnell Stenson Sportsmanship Award winner is sitting right next to us, right here. Logan O'Hoppe joins us for the second inning. Logan, first off, congratulations on the award. When did you find out you won it? And there's a ground ball, of course, right off the bat there. And the throw is dropped at first by Chaparro. So Luis Vazquez will reach to start the second inning for Mesa. He rudely interrupted us. Welcome. How are you, Logan?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm doing real well. Thank you.
So congratulations on the award. Tell me what it means to you, and also when did you find out that you won it?
Thank you. Yeah, I found out on Thursday. I'd got a call from Chuck. I was in the hotel getting ready to get ready for our game the next day, and then I had gotten that call and told that I would be having to stay here an extra day for that award, and it was really humbling. I looked up the list of guys that I got before. Obviously, Mr. Folds was on there. And it's a great honor. You know, it's something I really take pride in, trying to do little things the right way, because it's just so controllable, you know. So I try to do that every single day, and then, yeah, I'm really honored to be recognized for that.
Now, I'm sure you would much rather be down there playing than up here with us, but we do appreciate you taking the time. You know, it's a long season, especially for catcher. You probably haven't had a chance to take a breath yet, but you know, can you sort of talk at all about this year that you've had, where you played across several levels and you came out here and were one of the most, you know, in my book, one of the most impressive prospects here?
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely been a long year. I did text my agent before, Adam Groff his name is, and told him, like, I'm a little bugged I'm not in a uniform here tonight. But yeah, it's good watching my buddies play, and a lot of good players here, so it's been fun. But the year itself was, like I said before, a long one. I learned a lot on and off the field, and luckily I got really good people surrounding me that helped me with that. So just trying to learn every day, but it will be good to go home and take some time to reflect.
Andy Weber popped out, so 1 down in the second inning. Mesa leading 3-0 in the championship game, and Zach Hockey's the new pitcher in for Pucheu, representing Surprise. He's in the Kansas City organization. We're sitting next to Logan O'Hoppe, Sportsmanship Award winner in the Phillies organization. What did you think of Sam Fold popping in with a little cameo there to say congratulations?
It was great. Mr. Fold's been awesome. Obviously met him last year at the alt site, and then talking to him throughout this year. And he was at a couple games during the year, and it was great seeing him and catching up with him. And not only him, but everybody in the organization, top to bottom. Anyone that knows the Phillies knows that it's a really good org to be in, and that there are some really great people. So I've loved every second of it, and Mr. Fold just one of the many great people that are surrounding us there.
We should wish him a happy birthday. Today is Sam Fold's 40th birthday.
Did
so
not
happy
know
birthday,
that.
Sam.
He gave me a call earlier. Now I feel bad. So happy birthday.
I'm glad that he gave you a call. I mean, you had some time with the big league staff when you were, you know, from an outsider view, a bit of a surprise invitee to the alternate site last year. Mm-hmm. What were the things that you were able to learn? Obviously, you know, they needed catching. It's not often for a guy of your age and experience level to be put in that situation. But what were you able to take away?
Solidly struck up the middle. Logan Davidson is on again, his second hit of the day, and going from first to third is Vasquez. He's in there. They're on the corners for Mesa after the single from Davidson.
Yeah, so what were your takeaways from that helped sort of inform how you put in the work for this year and have the success you did?
Yeah, I was surprised as anybody at first, to be honest with you, when I'd gotten that call that I would go there. But that was a great experience, and to get around the big league staff for the first time and meet those people there was a really great thing I got to go through. And I learned a lot more so off the field than on, to be honest with you. During the year, I feel like you learn more on the field just because you're in it more often. But being around those guys and seeing about how they went about their day and about their work really taught me a lot, and it really taught me how to balance enjoying my work and taking it seriously at the same time, because oftentimes I get carried away and taken a little too serious and a little too closed-minded. So it taught me a little bit how to open up my mind and enjoy it a little more.
It's a game after all.
It is.
Blade to center. And that hangs up for Mount to haul it in. This should bring in another run for Mesa. Vasquez, come on down. It's 4-0. Sack fly for J.J. Blade. All right, so let's have some fun here with a little Logan O'Hoppe analysis. Your thoughts on some of the players we're seeing for Mesa, your catcher. So you saw many of these guys like J.J. Blade and Nelson Velazquez, two of the better hitters that we've seen in this league this fall.
Yeah, I hit on it before that I'm not too happy I'm not in a uniform now, but after watching a couple of these guys in their lineup, it's probably for the better. No, but both these teams were really great to play against, and the league top to bottom was great in competition. And I was just telling Cam Scott before that the league did a really good job, or the orgs did a good job this year, bringing in some really good people, and not only on our team, on other teams as well. So it made an enjoyable experience just because no one made life too hard. But yeah, these guys are great people, and obviously they can play there.
Nelson Velazquez smacks one to left, and it's caught by Eaton on the track. What a play, Logan. We appreciate you stopping by. Congratulations again on the Sportsmanship Award.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me.
Logan Hoppe in the Phillies organization, and O'Hoppe wins the Darnell Stenson Sportsmanship Award, created in 2004 in memory of Darnell Stenson. And hey, look at that grab, a little snow cone action from Eaton in left to kind of save the second inning. Another run comes across for Mesa. It's 4-0 after 1.5.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Just because the seasoning and flow's already active. Only 4 years.
Every home should be a haven. IKEA.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
What's my safe flight story? My truck is my livelihood. So when my windshield cracked, the experts at Safe Flight Auto Glass came right to me with service I could trust. Right, girl?
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Spectrum Business is the only internet and phone provider built for the new way you do business. We know fast internet speeds and low prices are critical for small businesses, and slow speeds from the other guys can't handle your new digital needs. Now's the time to switch to Spectrum Business. You'll get more speed and proven reliability, and you'll never have to sign a contract. $49.99 for 200 megabit per second internet and $19.99 for business phone. Call now to get 1 month free, plus free installation. So stop overpaying for internet and voice today. You can cut your bill in half when you switch to Spectrum Business, and we'll prove it. Grab your bill, visit spectrum.com/business calculator, and see exactly how much you'll save when you switch. Or give us a call, and we'll calculate your savings for you. Plus, you'll get fast speeds and over 99.9% network reliability. $49.99 for 200 megabit per second internet and $19.99 for business phone. Get 1 month free, plus free installation when you call 855-798-8787 today.
Weekdays on MLB Network, Brian Kenny hosts the show for the thinking fan on MLB Now at 4 Eastern. Then at 5, join the conversation with Nelson and Millar on Intentional Talk. Weekdays only on MLB Network. And I'll be back in the host seat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, leading up to Thanksgiving for some MLB Now action. We were talking a lot about the Fall League last week when I was hosting, including the pitch clock and some of the experimental rules that you'll see as we roll along. That includes 15 seconds when no one's on base to deliver a pitch, and that's why sometimes it turns into a quick interview with Logan O'Hoppe and company.
Well, it was nice. It was nice of Mesa to put up another run, have some runners on base, so we had a little time to talk with him. But yes, it does keep things moving.
O'Hoppe, part of a Phillies organization that includes Bryson Stott, who we've seen out here, also a big pitching prospect for them, Mick Abel. What do you think about what the Phillies have as Austin Wells leads off here in the second?
I think at the very top it's good with those guys that you mentioned, and it thins out, a little bit after that. But they are, I think they're working with the group that they have now, including Sam Foltz as the general manager. Dave Dombrowski is there now. They hired Preston Mattingly to be their farm director. So I think that they're starting to move in the right direction, but they have some of those guys, between the young pitchers of the last 2 drafts, in Andrew Painter and Mick Abel. Those guys are far away. Bryson Stott has a chance to be their opening day shortstop, and Logan O'Hoppe will be at the upper levels also.
And he's 21. He's a catcher who went from A-ball to AAA.
Yeah, and he talks like he's been playing for 12 years. It's really remarkable. You see why he was invited to the alternate site and why he was given the Darnell Stenson Award.
Maturity is one of the first words that comes to mind. He just is a buttoned-up individual. He sits next to us, and it kind of feels like he's our age, wise.
Exactly right. When I talked to him about the story the other day,
Wells strikes out. Caleb Kilian picks up his second K back-to-back now.
Yeah, he's kind of in a groove right now. But when I talked to him the other day, and I was just talking to him because I couldn't tell him that he won the award yet, as we see him getting the award from Chuck Fox, that he, I talked to him for a couple minutes, and I was like, now I understand why he was getting this award. And his manager for Peoria, Anthony Contreras, who will be the AAA manager for the Phillies this year, and I talked to a member of the Mariners organization, a pitcher, Devin Sweet, who just loved throwing to him and just offered up without me really having to prompt him, just about how he's always in the weight room, he's always working, he wants to make the pitchers comfortable. It's I think he has all the ingredients to be a big league starting catcher out of nowhere. I mean, this is a late round high school pick from Long Island. This is not one of these things where he was a first or second rounder. In high school catching, that's tough. That's a tough demographic, as we've talked about on the draft a lot.
That is shipped to center, and Meisner heading back. about a few feet in front now at the track as it kept carrying back there towards the wall, but he's got it for out number 2. That's off the bat of Justin Foscue. Hey, you'll see baseballs with some nice carry in this thin air in Arizona, and we've seen some, at times, video game statistics on the board in the Arizona Fall League.
Which is why a 4-0 lead. I mean, Kilian is pure command right now of what's going on here, but surprise has come from behind quite a bit. Austin Wells was telling me yesterday that, when they were down 3-0, and that was a 7-inning game, that there was no panic. They'd done this before, so we've got a long way to go, and there are some really good bats in that lineup, as we've discussed.
And Kilian's not going to go the whole game either. He'll probably go, what, maybe 4, 5?
They're hoping 5. Of course, if he's cruising and his pitch count is low, I don't know, maybe you let him go 6. But then you might get a call from Jed Hoyer saying, excuse me, but I think he's probably got a pitch count that they want to worry about, but he does not seem to be efforting too much currently.
Pouring in the strikes, double the strikes versus balls so far, and that was just his 22nd toss, relying on the heater quite a bit, and it's sitting about 95 to 98 so far tonight.
And that's been the biggest improvement for him, that he has been able to do that, and along with working on his secondary stuff.
And now 2 strikes on Drew Mount.
And there's some good riding life on the fastball as well. These days you throw 98, if it's straight, you're going to get hit. And there are a lot of guys in this league, especially bullpen arms, who are upper 90s, but they're either not throwing, they're either not throwing enough strikes, or they're just throwing the ball down the middle of the plate.
And that's some weak contact to the right side. Easy does it. A little flip from Weber, and another 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Kilian, and a 4-0 lead for Mesa in the championship game. We are through 2 in the desert.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was going to say the same thing. That's it. Draw up a contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1. Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
New Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades are engineered for extreme weather performance. With advanced QuadTech 4-layer coated silicone that lasts 2 times longer than other blades and endures everything you put them through. Only at Walmart.
As a DJ, I know all about customization. That's why I love Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need.
How about a throwback?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
4-0 Mesa at the AFL championship game. Scott Braun, Jonathan Mayo, and now joining us, the manager of Surprise, Mario Lisone, as his 3rd pitcher of the day is in the game right now, Jackson Rutledge. Mario, how are you this evening, and congrats on making it to this game.
Thank you, man. I'm very good, very happy to be here, and enjoying all these guys. It's a lot of talent on the field.
A ton of talent. Mesa's off to a fast start, and you're going with a bullpen game, so here's Jackson Rutledge. So tell us about your strategy pitching-wise tonight, and also a little bit on Rutledge, who has dynamite stuff.
Yeah, well, we had Jacques starting today because we got hockey on a short pitch count, which is normally a starter, and also Rutledge today. We decided earlier in the week that we were going to use him from the pen. And hopefully he can give us some length. Obviously not the way you want to start the game, but it's where we at, and now we got to get back.
You know, Mario, so much attention is played on these players, but, you know, you're learning too. You're a guy who managed, you know, in low A. This is a different level of player. Obviously you played, but, you know, talk a little bit about what it's been like for you just to be working with the amount of talent that you've had on your team, and then, you know, guys across the way.
Oh, it's been awesome here. You know, with these guys, they come with their stuff with the organization, so you only can coach so much. But for me, it's a learning experience. You know, I've been able to talk to all our staff from the Royals, Yankees, Reds, and Rangers, and it's been very good for me. You know, in my process as a coach. And also with these guys, you get to talk to them on what they see, what they like, and just in general, man, it's been a great experience for me. It's been a growing experience in my coaching career. And, you know, with the Nationals, I was in low A, and although it was a little challenging, it was fun, and you get to see the players get better, and that's the ultimate goal for us as coach, make sure those guys continue to improve and develop.
Nationals fans must be pumped to watch Jackson Rutledge in the organization. 6'8", 245, going up against Spencer Horwitz right now after striking out one of the top prospects in the AFL this year in Gabriel Moreno. What did you think about that breaking pitch to get him?
Oh, it's good, man. He has the pitches, man. Rutledge has the stuff. To be a big leaguer, that's why we get drafted in the first round. Like you said, 6'8". I mean, there's a lot of things to like about him, and he's done a good job here in the fall league. You know, get some innings and work on his pitches, and it's off to a good start so far. Hopefully, he can continue to give us good innings, and we'll continue on that.
Well, with 2 outs here, I'm going to tempt fate here and ask you one more question, Mario. But yes. You know, your team is loud and they're boisterous. They clearly wanted to win. You know, when did that switch? When did that switch go off in terms of them going from we're developing to, you know what, we want to win this thing?
All right, so that started after we had a meeting after the 4th game. A lot of my players, the roster, we have a lot of A-ball guys. And the first 4 games, we were trying to do too much. You know, obviously the fall league, the showcase, the scouts in the stands all the time. So we had a little meeting about how, besides all the things that they can do, it's play the game. You know, it's not just hit home runs and throw 100. It is play the game, and it is getting guys over, it is getting guys in, it is playing solid defense, running the bases hard, coming in and out the field, and they embrace that, and I think it actually easy them pressure here, so they're now able to just play the game and focus on that only.
You've done an outstanding job, Mario. Thank you so much for joining us. Plenty of time left in this game, so good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much, man.
We appreciate it. The manager of Surprise, Mario Lisone, in the Nationals organization. So is his pitcher on the mound right now. Rutledge strikes out the side in the 3rd. Maybe a little burst of momentum for his offense heading into the bottom of the inning.
Intentional Talks off-season coverage. Big names moving and rocking, free agents to be, prospects.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Intentional Talk, weekdays at 5 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Your hand in mine, let's dance the night away.
Bring your holiday to life with Harry and David Gourmet Gifts. Order now for Christmas delivery.
New upgraded Axe body wash.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Keeps you clean and smelling refreshed for 12 hours.
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
How did Panera come up with the idea to combine their famous mac and cheese with their iconic grilled cheese? By saying yes. Yes to new inventions. Yes to clean and fresh ingredients. And yes to living life to the flavor fullest. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working. Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield. Never not working.
Just because the seasoning and flow's already active. Only 4 years.
Every home should be a haven. IKEA.
Welcome back.
We're all a local somewhere. So visit your local and make every Sunday Local Bar Sunday.
The free agent rumors, the offseason buzz, the front office rumblings. Will your team go big this offseason? MLB Tonight is covering all the roster shakeups on the offseason show of record. Weeknights, 6 Eastern on MLB Network. Last of the third, surprise, back to bat and hitless so far tonight. Kilian with 2 perfect innings. And here we go with inning number 3. 7, 8, and 9 due up for surprise. And it starts with Andres Shapiro out of the Yankees organization. 6'1", 200 pounds, and finding his power stroke this year.
His nickname for me is EV for exit velocity, because like
there it is.
I mean,
but foul.
I've seen him because I ended up seeing Surprise several times. I think yesterday was the first game I didn't see him hit a ball over 100 miles an hour. I mean, this is the only ballpark where we have that kind of data, but you know the sound it makes. He hits the ball hard a lot. I don't know what role he has, but I think he can hit.
Crazy though, you look back at the numbers for Shapiro from 2016 to 2019. The 22-year-old had 17 home runs during that entire time frame, and then this year 15 homers, and he strikes out and doesn't love it.
That was 106 miles an hour on the foul ball, by the way. So he's living up. He's living up to the EV, but got caught looking right there.
Did he think that was wide?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's hard with the automatic system, but the catcher sets up a certain way and then has to lunge for it. Just because Kilian actually missed his spot there doesn't mean it's not a strike.
So that's one of the big differences that you'll see, because we do have ABS. It's called automatic ball strike system in play here at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick, as this is Drew Millis with 1 out in the 3rd. And he'll foul that one off. So pitch framing for a computer is not a thing. And this is what we're talking about. It was tested in low A this year in the Atlantic League in 19 and 21, and we're using it here. Hawkeye technology in play at Salt River Fields based on the height and then the width of home plate. And the umps have an earpiece, and that tells them what's going on. Waiting back for it is Vazquez. A couple hops, called it first. And a nice play over at first base by Spencer Horwitz for the 2nd out.
It was almost a 2-hopper. I think that Vazquez applauding Horwitz on the receiving end right there. And you know, when you're a middle infielder, you take a look at the home plate umpire's earpiece.
He's not listening to us. He's listening to ball or strike.
He may have a podcast going on in there. We don't know. We just don't know. But when you're a middle infielder and you trust your first baseman, you throw the ball near the bag and he's going to come up with it. It gives you a lot more confidence.
Number 9 hitter Ezekiel Duran.
This guy can hit. I mean, this is not your typical number 9 hitter. The fall league is not your typical kind of league, but this guy has actually really impressed me all fall. And as someone who's not on our top 100 who I might make an argument for. I like how he swings the bat speed. Frozen on a breaking ball right there. He's played a very good third base in the times that I've seen him.
Does he have a chance to to crack the top 100?
We answered a question recently about guys not on the 100 who are here who could, and this, there's always the caveat of the small sample size of the fall league. He looked foolish right there. Kilian is absolutely in a groove.
He is on fire. 2 strikeouts and another perfect inning. The third is done. Kilian goes through the lineup untouched, and that is his 4th strikeout of the night. He is all over the surprise lineup right now, and his team is up 4-0 through 3 in the championship game.
What does 1800 tequila taste like? It tastes like victory. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Are the other kids up yet?
Just me.
Frigidaire induction heats faster than gas or electric, and spills won't burn on.
Wow.
So it's a breeze to clean.
Bacon motivation.
That's using your Frigidaire.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1. Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Fuel your grind with Gatorade's proven formula. And the right blend of electrolytes to help you on your journey to greatness.
Keep your head in the game with TV's only morning show dedicated to baseball. Join Matt and Harold for the latest trades, free agent signings, and off-season buzz that impacts next season. Start the day swinging with Hot Stove. Weekday mornings, 9 Eastern.
Watch the blockbuster news and deals that will change everything for the new season. MLB Network's off-season coverage with an all-star lineup. The 2022 baseball season starts now on MLB Network. And the Arizona Fall League season ends tonight. The championship game tops in the East versus the West. It's Mesa against Surprise. It's, as always, a gorgeous night. 70s, 75 right now, temp-wise, which is pretty much what you're getting every day in Arizona in November.
You are really trying to tick off the people back east, aren't you?
Or if you're anywhere across the country in a colder environment, this is the spot to go next year in November and watch some really competitive baseball.
Every year, we spend a lot of time trying to sell the Arizona Fall League. If you like going to spring training, this is lower key. There's more access. The weather is perfect. Come on out.
And there are future big leaguers. Over 60% of players that appear in this league make it to the show over the past 30 years of its existence.
All-stars, Cy Young Awards, MVPs, you name it.
Just look at this year alone. Bryce Harper wins MVP. He played here about 10 years ago. And Jonathan India, the winner of Rookie of the Year in the National League, was there as well. As Jackson Rutledge just racks up another strikeout. 4 batters faced, 4 Ks. We need to talk about him. Number 3 prospect in the Nats system out of their top 30.
When they took him in the first round, this is what they thought they were getting, and he made a lot of people looking really, really foolish. And what's been the go-to pitch? That slider. Tunnels with the fastball, and it just completely falls off the table. He's got that big overhand curveball too. The stuff is really, really good.
That's the last strikeout.
That was the good old-fashioned fastball right there. Caught the corner, but the stuff has never been in question. But he had some injuries. and he's had trouble with the strike zone, when he has been able to pitch. So a lot of it's consistency and just getting his innings up. That's why you send these guys out. And he's a first-round pick. With that stuff and that size, a lot can go wrong when you're that big with your delivery. And I think missing time, the reps because of the injuries, really set him back.
He looks like a man on a mission so far tonight. He doesn't even want to induce weak contact. He's going for swing and miss every pitch right now.
Yeah, he didn't see that scene in Bull Durham when ground balls are more democratic, but yeah, he is. When he's locked in, he is extremely tough to hit, and has 4 pitches that he can use.
Number 9 hitter Luis Vazquez reached on an error against the shortstop in the second. He did score. That was the 4th run of the night for Mesa. That's where we currently stand in the 4th, and ball 4. He reaches again.
Yeah, and this is, even in his time here, you look at Rutledge's numbers in the Foley, they're not very good. You could see him at any given time and see the electric stuff. He's not missing by much, in this at bat, but the walks do hurt him, and he puts runners on, and then, it changes the game a little bit.
That was close. Drew Millis, though, you can see,
tried to frame it,
grabbed it and pushed up the glove towards the zone, and the reading is not going to matter for ball or strike when it's automated.
Right, but of course, listen, the Nationals work with, like all organizations, work with their catchers on framing. And until this becomes universal everywhere, you're not going to tell a catcher to stop working on that.
No, of course, you better be framing and preparing yourself for the big leagues.
Here's that fastball again. You can see he kind of turns his thumb up to try to steal that strike. But the robo-ump wasn't having it.
Unfooled every time. Consistency, though, that's what you'll get with automated balls and strikes.
I do kind of want there to be like a Jetsons-like robot behind the plate. I think that would be kind of cool. But I think there are probably some things you still need to iron out. But I like the system. This is a good matchup right here. A power swing and miss pitcher and a hitter who makes a lot of contact and doesn't strike out a lot in Andy Weber. Good 2-0 swing on that fastball there.
And a tough swing on the 2-1. That's that underwater swing that Jackson Rutledge can make you look foolish with.
Whew. Yeah, that had some life down in the zone actually, and Weber made up his mind just a little bit too late.
Now a 2-2 and a check again. He went around. 5th strikeout tonight for Rutledge.
And Weber knew it too. Your previous pitch was 95, painting the corner, bad swing, and here comes the slider. It is hard to stop your hands. He definitely went around.
Rutledge is a Cardinals fan growing up, of course, now pitching in the Nats organization. He said the goal, be like Adam Wainwright, especially the leadership too. He just loves Waino, and if you're a Cardinals fan, who doesn't?
Right. He's a mountain of a man, Jackson Rutledge. There's a lot of exciting things about what he can do. Hopefully he can sort of take lessons he learned here and have a full season of development next year, and then I think the Nationals will have a better idea of who he is exactly. They just haven't really been able to see that yet.
You know who else is a mountain of a man? Adam Wainwright.
The physical comp is not lost on me.
22 years old on the mound right now out of Springdale, Missouri. And a check from Davidson and a 3-0 count.
Davidson's had 2 very strong at-bats here. Sort of up and down fall. I give him the green light.
Double, single. And now his 3rd trip tonight here in the 4th. Nope. 4-pitch walk for Logan Davidson and he's reached in all 3 plate appearances tonight. 2 aboard for Mesa with 2 outs.
Well, Mario Luzon was telling us that he was hoping that Rutledge could give them some length and some multiple innings because the start of the game did not go the way they hoped. There are 2 outs right here, but this is, what happens with Jackson Rutledge is that, if the pitch count gets up too high, he's not going to be able to continue much longer in this game because all these guys, first and foremost, this is a championship game, yes, but it's still developmental. He's only allowed to go a certain amount here tonight.
Now a tough customer, J.J. Blade. Walk, run in the first, sac fly in the second. Now up again in the 4th. 24 years old, former 4th overall pick in 2019 out of Vanderbilt.
He's going to be patient here. He's not going to get cheated. He has a chance to be a very good hitter with above average power, and that approach helps him get to that power. Really strong arm from the outfield, and he has swung the bat well here. Made some adjustments in the second half, moving his hands up a little higher, trying to get his lower half to be the driving force.
And there it goes. Drops one into center and waved around, and scoring the 5th run of the night is Luis Vazquez on the RBI knock for J.J. Blade. Davidson's caught between 2nd and 3rd. The ball gets away, so Davidson is safe, and the inning continues. They had a shot at closing up the 4th.
I think Mills held on to the ball for a little bit too long there, and they had Davidson hung up. Thought about going to 1st and 3rd when the throw came home, but you see the throw, and it kind of takes a hop off the mound, and that's when Davidson thought he could, and Mills did a great job chasing it down. He needed to get rid of the ball right there. Kind of threw it off his back foot like he was playing shortstop, and Davidson was able to get back in.
So it's turning into a troublesome inning for Jackson Rutledge after just blowing away the competition in the 3rd with the fastball and then the slider for the strikeout pitch. He is being somewhat rudely introduced to the top portion of the Mesa lineup card, which is the dominant portion, and it's been that case all year long.
And you see Blade just not trying to do too much. You see his hands are very still, and he lets his lower half bring his hands through really, really quickly, so he was able to turn on that pitch and send it back up the middle.
It was just right on cue as you were describing the changes he's made, quieter at the plate, and he looks like something special.
He has a chance to be a very, very good run producer. Hit right in the middle of that Marlins lineup.
Good news, the Marlins need bats.
Yep.
For him, he could be up in the bigs at some point next year if he hits well in AAA.
I think so. They'll have to make a decision what they wanted to do. Jackson Rutledge making a very good adjustment right now against Nelson Velasquez. They'll have to make a decision because he struggled. I don't think they'd send him back to AA. I think he sent him to AAA. I think this experience will give him that confidence, and then let his bat determine when he's ready to get called up.
I spoke to Kim Ang, the general manager of the Marlins, a little over a week ago. We had her on MLB Now. I asked her about J.J. Blade, and the inclination was that we'll see him, like you mentioned, in AAA to start 2022.
I think that makes sense.
Velasquez waves and misses, and Rutledge has yet another punch out. Now 6 on the night. They do get him for 1 in the 4th. Mesa adding to their lead, make it 5-0 in the championship game.
As a DJ, I know all about customization. That's why I love Liberty Mutual. They customize my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need.
How about a throwback?
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
Hey, how you doing, baby? You look mighty fine. I figured I might come your way and roll up on you with that golden ticket.
Smell irresistible. The new Axe Effect.
How did Panera come up with the idea to combine their famous mac and cheese with their iconic grilled cheese? By saying yes. Yes to new inventions. Yes to clean and fresh ingredients. And yes to living life to the flavor fullest. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something break slip away.
Wherever your journey takes you this winter, get away with our best deals of the season. Right now, get huge savings on the entire lineup of award-winning Hyundai vehicles at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. With new cars arriving just in time for the holidays, it's the perfect time to get a Hyundai.
Get 0% APR for 48 months on a new Elantra or Sonata, or up to $1,000 cash back. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Mesa continues to apply pressure in the Arizona Fall League Championship game. This is it for all the marbles in 2021, and the leader of the Mesa squad, Lance Rymel, joins us right now. Manager, Skipper, how are you today, and what do you think of your performance from your squad so far?
Doing great right now. We're up 5-0. Great atmosphere. Couldn't ask for a better start.
Tell us a little bit about your starter out there. I know you were hoping that Caleb Kilian would get you through 5 at least. He obviously seems to have everything going right now. Something that's kind of happened over his last few starts here.
Yeah, he's been absolutely great for us. He started the Fall Stars game. He's just continuing to get better and better every time we get out, and he's our ace, and we're happy we have him on the mound right now.
Jackson Clough, the leadoff hitter, fouls one back. 2 strikes on him. There's the fastball from Kilian, and we've seen it dial up to around 98. He started this AB with the curveball, the spike. He changed grips. So what has Caleb been working on? And it's impressive, Lance, that not only is he working on different grips for the changeup and the curveball, but we're seeing really instant results. And that one actually hit the elbow pad of Clough.
It hit
the knob.
Yeah, it hit the knob.
Never mind, hit the knob. So he stays alive, 0-2. Instead, the at-bat continues. But what do you think of the progression?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, you see the fastball up in velocity, and then he's got that cutter where he can do whatever he wants with it, and then he's got that sweeping curveball. And then he's working on that change, and I caught him in a bullpen the other day, and it's getting pretty nasty. So
doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Boy, Meisner.
There's Meisner in center.
But yeah, we were lucky enough to clinch right the day after the All-Star game. So, and he started the Fall-Star game, and we knew that we were in good positions when he's on the mound.
So you were able to line up your rotation for this championship game.
Yeah, that's rare. It was good. Yeah, West Side, they were battling out until yesterday. So I think we kind of have a slight advantage there.
Now it's Nathan Eaton in the 2 spot with 1 down.
Lance, talk a little bit about your offense. I mean, you obviously have some guys who have swung the bat extremely well. You know, league MVP Nelson Velasquez. You got J.J. Bleday, who's one of the best hitters in the league. How much fun has it been just seeing those guys kind of do what they were able to do all fall?
It's been an absolute joy to watch these guys hit and just go about their business and take care of the routines every single day. And they want to be here. They want to play. They want to win. I think that's why you see the result and the success they're having right now on the field.
Look at that swing from Nathan Eaton, and another strikeout for Caleb Kilian. That's his 5th of the night. All right, so I have to sneak this one in with 2 outs in the 4th. You were a former 28th round pick of the Cubs in 2012.
Yes.
3 seasons in the Cubs system. Teammates like Chris Bryant, David Bodie, Wilson Contreras. Any good stories? What was it like playing with some of those guys?
Oh man, they're the best, and that's why I think you see them have so much success. A lot of good stories, all great teammates. Some stories I probably can't share on the air. But, like I said, I came up when the farm system was ranked #1. It's tough to beat out Wilson Contreras and Kyle Schwarber and Victor Carantini behind the dish. So they're like, hey, do you want to coach? And I was like, might as well do something.
That's wild. Think about the 3 ahead.
Yeah, I just kind of saw the writing on the wall, and I was like, had a great career. No shame in that. Absolutely, yeah, and I didn't really know Caleb at all because I was in Arizona, he was in Tennessee, and he's been great. His professionalism, his work ethic, he's been nothing but 100% pro while he's been on Cub.
Now going up against Elijah Dunham, and again jumping ahead. It's 0-2.
I think that's where you see the success is he's ahead. He's got nasty stuff coming behind it too.
Yeah, now he can choose from any of his weapons that he wants. How important is it for the Cubs, who have noticeably struggled a little bit in developing pitching, to bring in a guy like Caleb Kilian?
It's great. I mean, I think we can see him in Chicago fairly soon, and he strikes out the side right there.
Yeah, that's a tip into the glove. All right, so last just quick one-sentence question answer for me. Can we get 6 innings maybe out of Caleb tonight, or 5 the plan?
5's the plan. 5's the plan, fellas.
Perfect. Thank you, Lance. Good luck the rest of this one, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys.
We appreciate it. Lance Rymel, the manager of the Mesa Solar Sox, watching Caleb Kilian shine tonight in the AFL championship game. We are through 4 innings, and there's another one. Tip into the glove. That'll do it. 6 strikeouts for the Mesa starter.
It may be the off season, but there's no off switch for the Mad Dog.
The winner has arrived, but we come out today with a bang.
High Heat with Christopher Russo, always on full blast. Weekdays at 1 Eastern on MLB Network.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote and start saving. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's it. Just draw up the contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
What's my safe flight story? My truck is my livelihood. So when my windshield cracked, the experts at Safe Flight Auto Glass came right to me with service I could trust. Right, girl?
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
The free agent rumors, the offseason buzz, the front office rumblings. Will your team go big this offseason? MLB Tonight is covering all the roster shakeups on the offseason show of record, weeknights, 6 Eastern on MLB Network. We saw a flash of all of our friends. I saw Yonder Alonso in there. He was with us last week at the Fall Stars game. This is the AFL championship game. And we roll into the 5th inning. That one slipped off the hand of Jackson Rutledge. He has picked up 6 outs, all of them strikeouts, although he was touched for a run back in the 4th. And this is probably one of the toughest hitters he'll face in Gabriel Moreno. Nice take there. It's 2-0.
He's so young. You forget because he has that advanced approach at the plate. But I think his time behind the plate helps him perform against these extremely talented pitchers that he's faced in the fall league. You take a look at his scouting grades, 20 to 80 scouting scale. I mean, we're talking about a guy who has a chance to be a plus hitter and an excellent defender as he walks on 4 straight, which is not how Jackson Rutledge wanted to start out this inning.
Can I interest you in an extra maybe 5 points on the run grade? Saw an infield single from him last week in the Fall Stars game, and he's a pretty good athlete. Watch, if he's thinking about it, he might go for second.
We will take it under advisement. Okay. I do not do the Blue Jays top 30, but I will pass that along to Sam Dykstra, who does work on our top 30.
Yeah, Sam put out a nice article today on MLB Pipeline about some of the top prospects that you're seeing here in the championship game tonight. Picked 1 player per organization. 5 orgs represented on Mesa and 5 more on Surprise.
And here's the thing with our grades, we try to find a kind of balanced approach between who they are now and their future grades. We don't go all future. Because frankly, when a guy enters, say, pro ball, a lot of times their now power might be 20, or the high schoolers, you know, when we do our draft coverage. So it may be that with Moreno, because he is a catcher, he is going to slow down. So eventually that grade is going to will regress just because of the wear and tear of catching. I don't mean to speak for Sam, but that might have had something to do with it.
That's fair. Toughest position out there.
Though he looked really good at third base the other day. You know, if they want to move him out from behind the plate, I think he has a chance to play there. He's going to hit wherever he is.
And that's kept the bat in the lineup more often this year for Mesa in the fall league. Some third base, some DH, and of course he can catch. So he's on first. His teammate Spencer Horwitz follows. And a 2-2 on its way.
We're talking to surprise pitching coach Preston Claiborne. Shows you how old I am. I covered Preston when he pitched in this league. He's set up for Aroldis Chapman that year. Wow. You know, kind of ridiculous. That was that year that Trout and Harper were all there, 2011. But the one thing that, you know, Jackson Rogers has been working on is sort of his approach and just letting that stuff take over and just letting it fly, you know, instead of really thinking about every pitch he was throwing.
This should be 2. The step on first, the tag to apply in time, a double play. Chaparro flipping it over to Clough at second. And that erases Moreno, and Horwitz is out at first.
And Chaparro's, you know, he's played some third base. I think, you know, he probably won't play there at the big league level. But you see here that he's got more than enough arm. You know, his footwork is good. You know, you see him, and he's just a huge guy, and you wonder, well, is he going to have to DH? But you know, I think he's got some decent enough ingredients to maybe be able to play first base at the big league level.
He looked in control on that play. That's a foul ball. Jonah Bride, the designated hitter. A single and a strikeout. And a 5 spot for Mesa so far tonight. We're in the 5th. I bet you Surprise is anxiously waiting to get past the 5th, which would mean a new pitcher, which we just got confirmation of from Lance Rymel. Caleb Kilian is going 5, no more. Bride up the middle, and a 2-out single.
Well, he did a really nice job right there. We talked about his ability to make contact on fastballs, but waited, stayed back on that slider extremely well.
He's had a huge month leading up to this game. 8 games played in November, 10 walks to 4 strikeouts, 581 on base percentage this month.
Keep in mind, while learning to play a position that he has never played competitively before. And catching, we're not talking like he's learning to play third base, right? So there's a lot on his plate. I think the A's said, we don't care how much you hit. You know, we want you to try this out.
And he said, I'm still going to hit. I'm going to get on base. And I read somewhere maybe some Isaiah Kiner-Falefa comps in terms of the versatility. Is that a stretch?
Yeah. You know, I think that's what they're hoping. You know, I don't think that he's going to turn into an everyday catcher, although I guess you just never know. It's a little bit sort of late in the development path for him to do that. But if you can carry a guy who can play third and maybe can run around the outfield a little bit, and then he can catch once a week, that's really valuable in today's game.
Kiner-Falefa went the other way, where catching got him up to the bigs, and then he eventually went to the left side of the infield and shined.
Well, I think that happens that way more often. You know, usually guys will convert to behind the plate long before they're at this level, you know, or they're much, much younger. I mean, I remember seeing Kenley Jansen in a minor league all-star game as a catcher. Right? You know, a lot of big league fans may not even realize that that's how he started, but he could not hit at all. But he could defend, and he had that plus arm. And it was the next year that they moved him to the mound, and he was in the big leagues by that year.
Which is incredible.
It's insane.
And I cannot imagine. Kenley Jansen is a big dude. Behind the plate, I guess Salvador Perez, who is one of the best in the biz for years now, is also a monster behind the plate.
He was more long and lean back then. Occasionally see catchers like that, but yeah.
What do you know? Another strikeout for Jackson Rutledge. So he gets the double play and picks up now his 7th K of the night. He entered in the 3rd. He gets through the 5th here. His team needs some offense as we are into the Arizona night. Mid-5. Mesa up 5-0.
Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head and Shoulder Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes. Never not working. Never not working. Never, ever not working. Head and Shoulder Scalp Shield. Never not working.
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
New upgraded Axe body wash.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Keeps you clean and smelling refreshed for 12 hours.
Just because the seasoning and flow's already active. Only 4 years.
Every home should be a haven. IKEA.
Spectrum Mobile now has the new iPhone 13 with 5G. And when you get 2 or more lines, you get unlimited data for just $29.99 a month.
Good combo.
Yeah, and there's no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts.
Sounds like the old have your phone and eat it too.
Yep, except it's have your cake.
There's cake?
Get unlimited data for just $29.99 a month. Plus, check out the amazing new iPhone 13 with 5G. Only at Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a store today.
Has anybody seen the cake?
If last year proved anything, it's that your creativity can make anything brighter. Now Pebbles wants to take all the awesome stuff you've been doing inside and bring it outside for the whole world to see. Your parents can enter your art at createwithpebbles.com.
Had enough? No, arthritis.
Here, new Aspirin Arthritis.
Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin.
The Arizona Fall League has wall-to-wall coverage. We're here with MLB Network. AFL Radio is also here documenting the action. So let's now listen for the rest of the half inning to Lisa Pride and Jill Gearin, who are calling the championship game action for AFL Radio. Take it away.
For the Arizona Fall League championship game. Leading it off in the bottom half of the 5th is Austin Wells, the designated hitter today. First pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 1. The Solar Sox lead 5-0. And Caleb Kilian, who's the starting pitcher for Mesa, he has been dominant. Has not had a base runner yet today. Has not allowed a base runner, I should say. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and fouled down the third base side. Count is 0-2.
Austin is a 2020 first-round draft pick out of UNLV, and he has a reputation as a really strong all-around hitter. The big question mark is really now, can he stick in New York as a catcher, in the organization? And with the Yankees.
The 0-2 misses low and outside, ball 1. Wells struck out swinging in his first at-bat. And Caleb Kilian has 6 strikeouts today through 4 innings. Glove at the chin. He kicks. The 1-2. A breaking ball. Wells tries to hold up, but he does go around. Strike 3, make it 7 strikeouts on the evening.
What a night Kilian has had. He is just killing it as far as strikes, and strikeouts go. He is racking them up, has 7 now through 4 1/3 innings. That'll bring up Justin Foscue from the Texas Rangers organization. He's the number 4 prospect with the Rangers. Flied out back in the 2nd. So he's 0 for 1 here today. Here's the pitch. That one's upstairs into right field. Coming in is the right fielder, Val Velasquez. He'll take it, make the easy grab. So quickly, there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Did not expect anything less with Caleb Kilian still on the mound. This might be his last inning, although He's just at the 50 pitch mark. I don't know what his pitch count was supposed to stay under. I do know he was going to pitch right around 5 innings, though. 2 down, nobody on, bottom half of the 5th. First pitch to Drew Mount. A called strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1.
As far as the pitch count goes, I was talking to some of the pitching coaches, and it's kind of all over the board. Some of the pitchers are staying in and topping out at 85 even. 85 pitches.
The 0-1, missing low, ball 1.
While other pitchers, it's 55, they're cut off, and that's it, for the starting pitchers.
And even though this is the Arizona Fall League, it's a developmental league, Mesa's here to win, so is Surprise. So with Kilian throwing a perfect game right now, why not keep him in? The pitch swung on, a line drive, deep left field. Blade goes back and makes the catch to end the inning. He has faced the minimum through 5. I'm Jill Guerin alongside Lisa Pride. Thank you for MLB Network for picking up our audio for the very short bottom half of the 5th inning. Again, no surprise there. You're listening to the Arizona Fall League Championship game on MLB.com and MLB Network.
Great job by Lisa and Jill Classip. Caleb Kilian just flying through the 5th. Another perfect inning, and we'll open up the 6th when we come back from the AFL Championship game.
No guts.
Oh, he made the catch.
No glory.
A Superman effort.
All style.
And they got him.
And substance.
A no-hitter.
The Capital One Premier Plays of the Year, November 28th at 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was going to say the same thing. That's it. Draw up a contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
Easy tools on the Chase mobile app. Simplicity feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
It's that time of year. Get your gift on at MLBshop.com with the latest hoodies, caps, collectibles, and more for all the fans in your life. Make your holiday major at MLBshop.com. And ever wonder why baseball loves bobbleheads or what your favorite players keep in their lockers? Want to know what the superstars talk about in the dugout? MLB Originals has these answers and much more. Stream today in the MLB app. Scott Braun and Jonathan Mayo back with you in this 6th. AFL Championship game continues, and so does Jackson Rutledge, a strikeout machine tonight.
Man, that slider has really been nasty pretty much all night. He's, lost feel for the strike zone a little bit, which why he ran into trouble and he's given up a run, but completely overpowering. I think this last inning he really made some nice adjustments and kind of went right after got the big double play. So, yeah.
That's off. Looks like just above the shin pad for Nelson Velazquez, or make that Luis Vazquez, sorry. And it broke his back. So not only does he get a fresh set of lumber, but probably a nice opportunity to walk it off.
I get the sense that Jackson Rutledge saws off a lot of lumber.
I agree. Bat companies love Jackson Rutledge. That one skips away. So that's what he's still, and that looked like it slipped off the hand, although we did see that a couple innings back as well. But that's the really last piece of the puzzle for Jackson Rutledge, is just finding the zone more consistently.
And I think it's a mechanical thing in terms of where he's starting his pitches and where his release point is. And, everyone's delivery can get out of whack, but when you're as big as he is and throw as hard as he does, like, there are so many moving parts that can get out of whack.
We've seen that for tall pitchers on the mound for years. The development process usually takes a bit longer.
It can, and it's interesting because he's not long in the back, right? He almost is a little short-armed if you saw that side view right there. So it's not a question of sometimes they can have a really long backstroke. Here, he really gets to this throwing position very, very quickly, and I think a lot of it is just with him is a matter of being in more of a flow and not being too quick.
And he walks Vasquez on a full count. Mesa's number 9 hitter has just done an excellent job of finding a way to reach. Made contact in the second, and it was really a tough play for Clough over to Chaparro. It turns into an error on the shortstop back in the second, and then back-to-back walks for Vasquez since then, and he sets the table. And now we go back to the top of the lineup for Mesa.
Jackson Clough may need to give his Defensive Player of the Fall League award back.
That's all his, right?
He is a terrific defender. But
yes.
Yeah, it's, having Vasquez doing what he's doing, it's almost like an extra leadoff guy, and gives Andy Weber a chance to kind of do what he does best and move runners over and make things happen that way.
Weber's hitless tonight. It'll be Mraz taking over after Rutledge. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's all Caleb Kilian. So we've seen 3 pitchers for surprise, and the starter for Mesa showing us why he's one of the top prospects in the AFL.
I do want to point out there is no one throwing in the Mesa bullpen right now.
Yes.
So it's possible because he's been so efficient. That does not look like a bullpen that is getting ready to come in back of Caleb Kilian. So maybe we do get to see him for the 6th. I would imagine that there was a pitch count, maybe 70 pitches, which 5 innings. That sounds reasonable. But he's only, what did I say, 53. So,
are you telling me that Lance Rymel lied or was off the mark when he said only 5 tonight from Caleb Kilian, or perhaps a message sent?
I think the plan was 5 innings, and you planted the seed. And I think Caleb Kilian said, "You're not taking me out of this game." And they looked at the pitch count and they said, "All right."
He has been brilliant this evening, and this is it. Then you can rest.
Right. No one is going to do anything stupid, right? Like, this isn't Game 7 of the World Series or anything like that. So there will come a point in time, regardless of what the scoreboard looks like, that he will come out.
Runners going, and that is sent to first. The only play for Chaparro is on the bag. There's a nice jump there for Vasquez to eliminate the double play opportunity. 1 away in the 6th. And they're stress-free, mostly, pitches for Caleb Kilian. There has not been much traffic tonight for surprise.
There's been no traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah. So no, and he's been ahead. As when we talked with Lance Rymel, he has been ahead, and when you're ahead and you have the weapons that he has, you're in complete control. And right now he's using pretty much everything how he wants, and he's not wasting pitches, but constantly filling up the strike zone. You can expand it a little bit and guys are going to swing.
Perfection tonight from the Cubs pitching prospect. That's strike 2 to Logan Davidson. He's been on base 3 times tonight, a double, a single, and a free pass.
It's an interesting, we've been talking about the success that Rutledge has had with that slider, and he has been leaning on it. He has thrown that more than any other pitch, and he's thrown it for strikes with a 75% whiff rate.
Wow. Well, that's contact from Davidson. He drops one into right center, and Vasquez is being waved around. He's going to score easily and make it 6-0 Mesa. Logan Davidson comes through with the RBI single.
He is having himself a night right now. And it's kind of, you talked about Vasquez as sort of that extra leadoff hitter. So he gets on. Andy Weber moves him to second. And then Logan Davidson singles him home. It's, how you draw up small ball.
It's a big showing tonight from Logan Davidson. A pair of singles, a double, and a walk. He has scored, and now he has driven in his first run. 6 for his team in the 6th. Knocks out Jackson Rutledge. JJ Blade is going to step up and face Spencer Mraz when we come back.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because as a fiduciary, it's our responsibility to always put clients first.
So you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. We help clients enjoy a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
One that we don't take lightly. It's why our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. Fisher Investments is clearly different.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
What's my safe light story? My truck is my livelihood. So when my windshield cracked, the experts at Safe Light Auto Glass came right to me with service I could trust. Right, girl?
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Keep your head in the game with TV's only off-season morning show dedicated to baseball. Join Matt Vasgersian and Harold Reynolds for the latest trades, free agent signings, and off-season buzz that impacts next season. Start the day swinging with Hot Stove weekday mornings, 9 Eastern on MLB Network. Scott Braun and Jonathan Mayo hanging out with you for the AFL Championship game. Spencer Mraz replaces 6'8" Jackson Rutledge. Oh, and now we have 6'10", 245 on the mound with 1 out in the 6th, and he's going up against JJ Blade.
Yeah, Rutledge is the small forward on this team. Mraz is the power forward.
Who's the center?
Nah, I guess.
Do we have a 7-footer now?
not here. But he can crank up the radar gun. He can get it up to the upper 90s. You will not see the same kind of breaking ball that we just saw from Jackson Rutledge. That's something that he's been working on this fall.
So that's what the 23-year-old needs to continue to move his way up. He has been up to A-ball so far in his pro career, and at this point we're looking at a relief pitcher, right?
Yeah, I think so. The combination of the lack of secondary stuff.
I mentioned that also because in college at Miami of Ohio, He was mostly a starting pitcher, but 44 of his 47 appearances as a pro have been out of the bullpen. Look at him sticking his tongue out to get this sign.
It's a little Jordan-esque right there. And there was the slider right there. Yeah, I mean, so he has obviously the size. You know, he's going to throw downhill. It's going to get on you in a hurry, and he can crank it up there. But he does not have that out pitch that Jackson Rutledge has when he's right.
He does have a strike on Blade to fill up the count. I mean, I watch a lot of baseball, Jonathan. I don't know many pitchers that stick out their tongue every time they're receiving a sign from a catcher. We have to point it out. I'm here to document. Runners going, and the throw is late. A stolen base for Logan Davidson to add to his stat line tonight. So Blade strikes out. There's 2 gone in the 6th. Here's the K pitch. Tried to turn it into a strike him out, throw him out, and yep, just in there. He's Logan Davidson.
Taking advantage of the slightly larger base right there.
That's right. So you have 13.5 inches versus a major league bag over at second base. You have a little edge, so a little over a foot. And that's really what you're looking at on a bang bang play like that.
It was one of those times where it actually came into play. There, you know, Mesa had Davidson in motion with the 3-2 count and faith that Blade would make contact, but got frozen on that outside fastball.
And Velazquez actually went around there on a pitch that was close to getting him.
I hurt my back watching him try to hold up right there. But you can see why with Mraz, you know, his fastball isn't straight. There's some good life to it, you know. So the lower levels you can have some success. Yeah, that had some good life up in the zone.
Velazquez on a hop, and originally Clough was looking for second, but there's no one there, so he throws to first in time to retire the side. But another run comes across for Mesa. Vasquez brought home by Davidson. It's 6-zip.
As someone who resembles someone else, I appreciate that Liberty Mutual knows everyone's unique. That's why they customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With clean, fresh ingredients, Panera's new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread is a mouth-watering explosion of yes. Craft? Yes. Heartiness? Yes. Living life to the flavor fullest? Heck yes. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
New upgraded Axe body wash.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Keeps you clean and smelling refreshed for 12 hours.
Every time. You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
Keep your head.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad. There's something to hold on to.
This is the part where I rush to save the day.
Wow, what a ride.
Hurry in and save up to $42.62 on select models.
Don't let something great slip away.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you...
Stop waiting. Start investing. E-Trade. Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
5 perfect innings from Mesa starter Caleb Kilian, and Jonathan, his night will continue. He'll roll into the 6th.
Thank you, Lance Rimal, for listening to Scott Braun. Now, the pitch count is so low that it's been very low effort. You know, he hasn't been tested. You know, he is missing bats. He's getting weak contact early in counts. I mean, it's tough to you strike out 7 and still have a pitch count in the low 50s through 5 innings. That is remarkable.
That's as good as it gets.
You can't be better than perfect.
And that's what he is. The only thing that's going to hold him back at some point is how long of a leash he has in the game, which I imagine this is going to be the last inning.
And you know, it may even be the kind of thing that if a runner reaches or anything like that, and there is some activity in the Mesa bullpen right now.
Bottom 3 in the order for surprise. There's his first strike on Chaparro.
Yeah, that's the cutter-like slider. And if he's throwing that in the strike zone, at least tonight, hitters have not had a chance.
2 balls and a strike. Yonder Alonso with us last week said a little Roy Oswalt in his game.
I could see that, power stuff. Not the biggest guy in the world. Repeats the delivery well.
Rolled over to third. And Chaparro is retired with a tag from Horwitz for out number 1 in the 6th. .24-year-old 6'4" right-hander Caleb Kilian just carrying the baton all by himself tonight in the championship game, and his offense has backed him up as well.
I was going to say, he hasn't carried it all by himself.
No, the offense has given him 6, but I mean, he's the only guy on the mound is what I'm saying, in a league where you're used to seeing anywhere from 3 to sometimes even 8 or 9 pitchers in a game.
Right. Well, and that's typical because everyone's getting their work in, and this has been a very offensive heavy league, even by Arizona Fall League standards, and that's why the pitchers who have stood out, and Kilian after that rough start has been very, very good. This is an incredibly good lineup, and his offense put up 3 runs before he even got on the mound, and that's always a good feeling for any pitcher anywhere.
This is just his 60th pitch of the night coming through to Millis. And hold up. Kilian, the top arm acquired by the Cubs during their trade deadline sell-off, picked up from the Giants organization in the Chris Bryant swap. He said he was about to throw bullpen, and there's a strike on Millis, and then they said, nope, no bullpen, you're going to Tennessee tomorrow. Off to the minor league system of the Cubs organization.
People need to have an appreciation that trades happen all the time, and you don't even think about it. So you think about the big leaguers or whatever, but like that turns these guys' worlds completely upside down. Especially if it's the first time you've been traded. You were drafted by an organization, come up by that organization, and to be able to make that adjustment quickly isn't always so easy.
Nobody has done anything against Kilian tonight, but a 3-ball count for Millis. I mean, we don't even have a base runner reaching for surprise yet tonight. See if Kilian finds the zone. He does, and that's another ground ball. Kilian's covering, and he's there for the 2nd out.
He has been using all of his pitches. And we're talking a two-seamer and a 4-seamer. I mean, that sinker has really been working. That 2-seamer with heavy sink is why he's been getting all those ground ball outs. But he has thrown all of his pitches. I mean, the cutter is the secondary pitch he's been going to the most, but he adds and subtracts from that fastball so well. So he changes the eye level with the 4-seamer up and then comes down with that hard sinker.
And he picks up strikes when he needs to, gets chases like that one from Duran. We've seen quite a few out of the zone swings turning into strikeouts for Kilian tonight. He led qualified minor league pitchers with an 8.6 strikeout to walk ratio this past season.
Yeah, this inning I think has pretty much just been fastball cutter, but because he's got those 2 different looks in his fastball, it's an added weapon. He doesn't need to go to the changeup or the curveball when those are working so well.
Ties up Duran. A ball and 2 strikes. This could be the last pitch of the night for Caleb Kilian.
The entire Mesa infield took 3 steps towards the dugout.
Just a hair wide. Yep. Nicely framed by Gabriel Moreno. And Duran strikes out. A fitting swing to end the night for Caleb Kilian.
7 to go 7.
Can they hear you on the field?
I don't know.
6 perfect frames in the championship game from Caleb Kilian. He's pumped. 8 strikeouts tonight, and his team is in command. 6-0. The last strikeout victim. Ooh. He is.
Hey, yo, I'm tired of people judging what's real hip-hop. Half the time, beat them. Album flop. You know, done sank and it ain't left.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
Deposit, plan, and pay with easy tools from Chase. Simplicity feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
This is how we do it.
Turns out Montel Jordan knows how to do almost everything. And it turns out that General is a quality insurance company that's been saving people money for nearly 60 years. For a great low rate and nearly 60 years of quality coverage, go with the General.
We're raising a glass to the holidays, the people, the traditions. They bring out something special in everyone. And for some of us, they bring out a little extra. Here's to those who shine brighter. Here's to those who make it remarkable.
There are a million ways to analyze baseball in the off-season. It's both an art and a science. Something to think about.
Think baseball. Think MLB Now. Weekdays 4 Eastern on MLB Network.
We slide into the 7th at the AFL Championship game. Mesa 6, surprise nothing. Led by Caleb Kilian with 6 perfect innings on the mound, and this guy can sling it too. The AFL Pitcher of the Year winner, Owen White, joins us here in the 7th. Owen, congrats. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank y'all.
Big award for you, Pitcher of the Year. Tell us about when you learned that you won the award and how you evaluate your season.
Well, season was short, but fall league was great for me. I found out during batting practice today, so short notice, but glad I'm here.
You know, Owen, you pretty much were dominant throughout the fall, and this has been a league that has been very heavy on the offensive side. Just, are you able to sort of take stock of just how good you were? And I know that you struggled with some injuries and things of that nature, so just to be able to take the ball regularly and perform like you did?
I mean, all the credit goes to my defense behind me. I know that it's easy for a pitcher when you make plays like that in the field.
Look at that play. Speaking of the defense, Jackson Clough, Defensive Player of the Year in the AFL. The dive, gets up, sweet throw, first out. He retires Gabriel Moreno. Is that what you're talking about, Owen?
It's a perfect example. It's happened. Those two have made plenty of double plays for me to get me out of some things. So.
I wanted to ask you, I was at your start yesterday, which, box score wise or line score wise, you didn't have your best stuff. You weren't as efficient, but I would imagine as a pitcher, sometimes, as we look at Clough making a 5-star play right there, I would imagine that you take maybe more satisfaction from gutting through 5 innings and keeping you guys in that game yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, pitching's all about minimizing damage. Your outfielders and infielders are out there. All you got to do is throw it across the plate and hope to God they hit it to somebody. That's the plan.
Well, it was working for you in the fall league, a 1.91 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 28 1/3. So what did you work on in this AFL season, and how did it go? As far as repertoire and your game, was there anything that you were doing differently?
Nothing really different. Sharpened up my slider a little better to put some more velo behind it, get a little more numbers say a little bit better. And when I throw it harder, it makes it the curveball a little bit better for me. Makes a bigger difference. Through the fastball, 4-seam and 2-seam. Sinker is really what set me apart right now. Being able to use my changeup off that sinker this fall league has really helped me out a big advantage.
And you talk about, your whole goal is to pitch to contact and let your guys behind you do that. And those pitches, you get a lot of weak contact early in counts, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the goal. I mean, you throw less pitches in your outing, then go extended.
How much is it for you, Owen, just a matter of getting reps because of all the time that you missed? Yes, you're working on sharpening your slider and as you detailed, but I would imagine for you, you've lost so much development time on the mound. Just being able to come out here and pitch regularly had to have been huge for you, regardless of what the numbers said.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. Thank God and for even giving me this ability to come out here and play ball. Honestly, I needed it, and it's a big confidence boost going into spring training next year.
Oh, and I was hoping that you would be lined up for this championship game with a White versus Kilian matchup. What are your thoughts on Caleb Kilian's performance tonight?
He's lights out right now. Everything seems to be working for him. I've been over here trying to rub our bats up in here, trying to warm them up.
Yeah, I know it must be frustrating because you obviously you're here and you want to win, but as a pitcher, you have to appreciate the masterpiece that he's been painting here today.
Oh yeah, I mean, hitting's hard, but when you're doing what he's doing right now, it's fun to watch regardless. But the Sags, we're late. We've been battling back late, so we'll wake them up here in a second and get things rolling.
Yeah,
make it interesting.
Tell the world what the season, this AFL 6-week campaign was like for Surprise. That one's fouled back by Bride, and it'll be a full count for him against Mraz. But your team had to battle up through the last day of the regular season. All 3 in the division had a chance to make it to this game. Your team won it over Glendale 5-3, part of the game that you picked up another victory in. So what was the season like where really you couldn't let up all year?
That's right. I mean, honestly,
Bride to center, and it's carrying. Mount back track, got it. Outstanding play by Drew Mount to follow the baseball to the wall and make the catch for out number 2. There's your defense again, Owen.
There he is. And he made a great play the other day for me. No, I mean, the division we're in right now, it's a grinder. I mean, big bats on all the teams. You got to go out and just pitch every day and pitch with intent and hope that our bats are swinging it.
2 outs, and it's Cameron Meisner.
A trip to the mound here. Preston Claiborne.
Hey, while we have a moment.
Yeah, so Owen, we have your scouting report up right now. I know that you were a multi-sport guy. You repeat your delivery, you throw a ton of strikes, as you were saying. What are the things you mentioned? Tightening up your slider. Probably before this, maybe the big leagues seemed kind of far away with where you were at, but what do you think that you need to do in terms of using your athleticism, which I think is probably one of your greatest strengths on the mound, to keep getting you up the ladder in the Ranger system?
I mean, just staying in rhythm and competing on the mound is the biggest thing right now. I think, I mean, as our defense shows it another play, but it's all about everybody behind you. You can get on the mound and throw good. I mean, staying fluent and just being available every day when it comes to your time to start is the biggest outcome of it.
Well, you were special in this AFL season, Owen. Thank you for joining us. Congrats on winning a Pitcher of the Year in the AFL.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Owen White with us, and Mesa up 6-0 in the championship game.
Well, that's the thing about claims, you see. They don't happen on your schedule. I mean, take a chestnut. It doesn't just say, oh, beg pardon, sir, but it's now a good time for a jolly bit of window cracking. Oh, I mean, if they did, you wouldn't need a Geico claims team that's available 24/7. Well, near as I can tell, chestnuts don't talk. Or maybe they're just really quiet.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
Well, got things to do, Mr. Chestnut, so...
Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was gonna say the same thing. That's it. Draw up a contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
New upgraded Axe body wash.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Keeps you clean and smelling refreshed for 12 hours.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because as a fiduciary, it's our responsibility to always put clients first.
So you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. We help clients enjoy a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
One that we don't take lightly. It's why our fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. Fisher Investments is clearly different.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Awards week wrapping up. Congratulations to AFL alums in particular. Jonathan India, Robbie Ray, Bryce Harper hauling in some hardware. We saw them in this league years back. And here in 2021, the championship game rolls on. We're in the home seventh, and Nick Vespi takes over after a perfect performance from Caleb Kilian.
No pressure.
It's amazing. We're in the championship game, and this league is always more of a hitter's league, but this year I've called it a hitter's paradise. It's been big time offensive numbers, except for tonight for surprise.
Yeah, well, I mean, Caleb Kilian, who, you know, down the stretch, as we said, was as good as Owen White was for the entirety of the fall, and then, you know, some of the top pitchers came, made a few starts, and then were shut down. So, you know, that, I think, thinned things out on the pitching end even more, and you had a lot of guys just put up really big numbers. You know, Jackson Clough, you know, we saw make that defensive play, swung the bat extremely well.
And there's the throw over to first to retire Clough, the leadoff hitter. Yeah, who was able to stop a 112-mile-an-hour ground ball in the last half inning and turn it into an out.
Well, it was funny because I had to put together a little roundup of all the award winners, and it's easy enough to talk about a hitter or a year or you know, a pitcher of the year because you can look at the numbers. We don't have that much data defensively here, you know, except for the games played here at Salt River. So I hadn't seen much of him defensively. So it was nice of him to come through with that now. So I'm like, well, now I understand why he got that.
And speaking of defense, Austin Beck taking over in center.
Lance Reinl did tell me before the game that you know, typically in the regular season, the fall league, you play 9 innings, that's it. You don't make changes. But because this is a championship game, he said you might see some matchups, you might see some defensive changes, and Austin Beck is a tremendous defensive center fielder.
Yeah, this is it. This is the end of the road, and the winner in this one-game championship round. We'll see a championship banner presentation after the contest. Big cut and a miss from Nathan Eaton.
And they get rings. They will get rings. People were excited. I remember one of the first times I was here for a championship game, and you know, they want to win, and they're happy to get fitted for those rings and to get them.
Yeah, I love that. Hard-fought 6-week season after their minor league campaign, and at this point, some players are gassed. I mean, it is a long year, and we've seen some outstanding performances from both sides. Eaton down on strikes. Look at Nick Vespi. And hey, I think it's worth pointing out that we had the 40-man roster deadline yesterday, and if you're not on there and you're eligible to be selected in the Rule 5 draft, like Nick Vespi, you are showing off for other teams.
Then listen, he was a 25-year-old lefty, you know, left-handed reliever all the way. Those guys often get taken, you know, and he misses a lot of bats. It's been a question of command. He's come in here and largely filled the strike zone. He missed with that fastball right there.
18th round in 2015 out of Palm Beach State College. We're seeing a plus slider from him in the AFL.
Yeah, that's his go-to pitch. And you know, listen, if you're left-handed and you have a plus slider and you have at least a little bit of a fastball, you have a chance to pitch out of a big league bullpen to face lefties like he is here.
Elijah Dunham doesn't bite. 3-0.
And I'm sure that Lance Rymel looked at who was coming up for Surprise and saw 3 of 4 hitters as left-handers, and that was part of the reason, I think, why he went with Vespi.
4-pitch free pass. 2-out base runner here in the 7th for Surprise. It's Elijah Dunham.
Their first base runner.
That's right.
The game. They need to try to crack through in any way they can. So that's, you know, the first time that Spencer Horwitz has had any company down to first base.
A little sign of life in the 7th from Surprise.
And it was Austin Wells yesterday who got them going.
0 for 2 strikeouts tonight. Wells yesterday was 3 for 3. Now Vespi having some trouble locating, and good timing on the timeout here from Moreno. Wells with a really strong AFL campaign. 344, 456 on base, 578 slug in 18 games.
Yeah, he just looks like a professional hitter. He's such a good approach at the plate. You know, he didn't show a ton of power. You know, that was just his second homer of the fall. He knows the power is going to be there. You know, he's big and strong, but he is not afraid to see pitches go the other way, let the ball travel deep, and I think that's going to serve him well once he gets to the big leagues.
Nice bounce back pitch after the timeout. Vespi has a nice crisp slider, showing it off in the AFL this year, keeping ERA in check. Entering this appearance, the 2.51 earned run average, 17 strikeouts in 14 1/3. We saw him in the Fall Stars game last week. 1 shutout inning, allowed just 1 base runner.
It's the walks that he's going to have to limit, because obviously he's going to come in and only face a handful of batters, maybe an inning in general. So he's got to be able to command that slider against left-handed hitters. Otherwise, you know, he's not going to get those opportunities at the highest level.
He's fooled Wells twice with the slider. And he went after him again with some off-speed stuff.
Yeah, I don't know that Austin Wells will see a fastball here. Maybe he tries to sneak one by him up and in, since he's thrown multiple breaking balls in a row, but he doesn't have enough of a fastball that he's going to blow it by Austin Wells.
And another full count. You had the 4-pitch walk for Dunham, and now with 2 outs, Austin Wells trying to spark a rally.
And Dunham can really run, so you know, getting the head start here with 3 and 2. If Wells actually shoots one to the gap, Surprise should be able to get on the board.
Dunham's off and running, and Wells is going to spray that one foul.
Another slider.
There's a really sweet running catch by a young fan with a glove.
I want the StatCast data on that one.
Smooth play. You're on MLB Network.
Good sprint speed here. Probability of this catch, not very good. Look at that.
Nice. Runner's going, but there's the strikeout swing.
To the slider again.
Nick Vespi is fired up. A scoreless 7th. Surprise does reach for the first time tonight, but nothing to show for it. Mesa with a dominant evening, both at the plate and on the mound. In the championship game, we are through 7.
My father is a baseball scout.
Gus couldn't even turn on a typewriter, let alone a computer.
A computer that can't tell if a kid's got instincts or not.
Clint Eastwood, Amy Adams, and Justin Timberlake. Trouble with the Curve. Sunday at 8 Eastern on MLB Network's Bleacher Features.
USAA is made for the safe pilots. For Mac, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. Lucia, who announces her intentions even if no one's there. And Sergeant Moore, who leaves room for her room. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. Get a quote and start saving. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1? Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
When faced with a challenge, it's good to remember how you've overcome them before. Range Rover Sport, driven to another level.
Easy tools on the Chase mobile app. Simplicity feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
This is MLB Network's special coverage of the 2021 Arizona Fall League Championship game. Scott Braun and Jonathan Mayo with you at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick in Arizona. Mesa out in front, 6-0 behind Caleb Kilian's 6 perfect innings, and then a scoreless 7th from Nick Vespi. We are in the 8th, and another chance for Mesa to add on. And guess who's up? I feel like he's always leading off innings. It's Luis Vasquez, and the next pitcher on the mound for surprise is Eddie Demurius.
Demurius is, kind of that bulldog mentality, relief profile. Good fastball slider combination. Riding life on that fastball. I feel like we've said this a lot, but command is the thing that he needs to continue to work on. He struggled with it here in the fall league, but he'll come right after hitters, and he's fearless.
This season, 28 walks in 51 2/3 for Demurius. And Vasquez has walked twice tonight. He's taken pitches like a pro in the 9 spot. He has reached in all 3 plate appearances, 1 via error and 2 walks.
He's another intriguing position player prospect for the Cubs. They have a lot of them. He's a really good infield defender. He hasn't hit a whole lot. He missed more than half of this season with a thumb injury.
Opposite field in the air. Lazy fly ball for Dunham to put him away. Vasquez had a pretty nice BP today. I was watching him. I go, who's that?
Yeah, I think he's capable. I think it's a combination of just missed time, and he's super young, and I think that he just needs the reps to actually find some sort of groove and start being able to produce a little bit more offensively. You know, he's a good enough defender. He can probably move around.
Andy Weber up the chute. A one-out single. First hit this evening for the Mesa leadoff man. Yeah, Vasquez has scored 3 times tonight. That's half the runs for Mesa. Oh, in this top of the lineup after Weber, he's dangerous. Logan Davidson, 2-hitter, impossible to get out tonight. Double, single, walk, and an RBI knock in the 6th.
Saving his best performance of the fall for a good night. We've talked a lot about the fact that guys are tired at this point in time, and this is a guy who played every single game for the Midland Rockhounds and tacked on a lot here. Showing glimpses tonight of why he was a first-round pick, but he's struggled offensively.
Yeah, the strikeout rate in Double-A this year was around 30%.
Yeah, it's a little high. He can draw some walks. I think a lot of it's just swing decisions and pitch recognition. It's not, he's not walking 12 times and striking out 170 today. However, he has been locked in on the breaking ball right out of the gate.
A single in the 2nd. Mesa, and that was the RBI swing in the 6th.
Yeah, I mean he's been able to stay back nicely when he's gotten that breaking stuff. Not trying to do too much.
His father was a big leaguer, Mark Davidson, 1987 World Series champ. And this time, I was going to say they're going to get him. It's going to be close, and Davidson is safe. Chaparro thought about going to 2nd, and they end up getting nothing on the play.
Yeah, started to make the throw. I think before he had the ball, was thinking 2. Have the chance to turn it. One hopper. Yep, just started to try to make the throw a little too quickly.
A fumble puts 2 on for Mesa in the 8th. JJ Blade time. Solidly struck to left. They have a man there in Nathan Eaton. He makes the grab.
Hard contact from Blade, trying to go the other way. We talked about his ability to be a pure hitter. Just right at Eaton.
And this is the league MVP, Nelson Velasquez, added to the Cubs 40-man roster yesterday, and he has earned it. If I had an Arizona Fall League fantasy team, this is my top choice. The leader in hits, homers, slugging percentage, OPS, extra base hits, and total bases.
What kind of fantasy league do you pick the guys after the league is over? That doesn't seem fair.
Well, let's just say he's the fantasy league MVP. Yes. He was
he did it all.
Stat stuffer.
Yeah.
And he'll turn on one that is a foul ball. Didn't you have some type of fantasy league with Jason Ratliff and Jim Callis going on, the MLB Pipeline podcast crew?
Well, thank you for dropping that reference.
An avid listener,
yes,
it's true.
Thank you, I appreciate it. We did, and we just we picked 5 guys. We made some replacements as guys kind of cycled out of the league, and we just kept track of total bases.
Just total bases.
That was it. And Jason Ratliff won, so I'll give him a shout out.
Did he have Velasquez on his team?
Nobody had Velasquez on the team.
No way. And that tells the story of a prospect who shows up and makes a huge statement in the AFL, and now he's a part of the 40-man roster.
Yes, and I don't know that he gets added, as we said early on in the game. His performance here is, I think, why he is on the 40-man roster. He's big and strong. He's always had raw power. The approach, needed some work. And he made some strides, and that's why he was not a 40 hitter, here in the fall league. I don't know that these grades are that far off in terms of what he will be as a major leaguer. We need to sort of see him at the upper levels all the time. But one of the things that he has been able to do is stay on the fastball here consistently.
And tonight he is hitless, 0 for 5. He's rung up. Second time he has struck out tonight. The good news is the rest of the lineup is backing him up. 6 tonight for Mesa, mid-8.
Fuel your grind with Gatorade's proven formula and the right blend of electrolytes to help you on your journey to greatness.
Every time. Shh, you think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get 1.9% APR financing on the 2022 RX 350.
New upgraded Axe body wash.
Hey, how you doing, baby?
Keeps you clean and smelling refreshed for 12 hours.
How did Panera come up with the idea to combine their famous mac and cheese with their iconic grilled cheese? By saying yes. Yes to new inventions. Yes to clean and fresh ingredients. And yes to living life to the flavor fullest. Panera. Live your yes. Now $1 delivery.
And Doug.
Superpowers from a spider bite. I could use some help showing the world how Liberty Mutual customizes their car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Did it work?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 17th.
What's my safe flight story? My truck is my livelihood. So when my windshield cracked, the experts at Safe Flight Auto Glass came right to me with service I could trust. Right, girl?
Safe Flight Repair, Safe Flight Replace.
Jingle, jingle all the way. Jingle, jingle every day. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Light 'em down, shine brighter.
In this game, it's no guts, no glory, and these guys showed it all season long with moments of pure style and performances for the ages. The Capital One Premier Plays of the Year, Sunday, November 28th, 9 o'clock Eastern Time on MLB Network. Home 8th, surprise, not only being shut out, but hitless tonight. They just had their first walk of the evening in the 7th. That was their first base runner. And that was Elijah Dunham on a 4-pitch free pass when Nick Vespi took over. And now it's Logan Gillespie. Foscue, Mount, and Chaparro due up. We start with a roller to short. And a throw off the mark. Foscue is safe. I would imagine that's going to be a throwing error.
I would think so. Vasquez came around that grounder to be able to have some momentum to get the throw there, but it pulled Harwitz off the bag, and he wasn't able to slap the tag down. If you take another look, he does a nice job sort of circling the ball, and then Harwitz.
The hit is on the board. And we see not only fans booing, but also in that Mesa dugout, they're looking up for a sign. Also, did he touch the bag at first?
Yeah, I think maybe the heel got it right there.
Yeah. Swing and a miss from Drew Mount. So that is the first hit, at least for now. Scorers can make changes.
We can lobby in between innings.
Are you going to make a run over to the official score?
I might need to. And Logan Gillespie, like, as much as we talk about the top prospects, I love these kinds of stories. This guy was pitching an indie ball not that long ago, and you just got added to the Orioles 40-man roster.
Hey, there's your change. And we still have a no-hitter watch.
Getting applause from the Mesa dugout, thumbs up.
The game inside the game. The championship game, and surprise with a really strong season is hitless tonight.
I think that's an error that Luis Vazquez is happy to take.
It would make the celebration even sweeter if they can hold down this offense for just a bit longer.
Well, listen, if someone gets a legitimate clean hit, I mean, but that, you know, if Vazquez makes the throw, that's an out. And that's, to me, an error. So I think that was right for them to reverse that call. Gillespie comes at you with some hard stuff.
Surprise. Drew Mount reaches, and there are 2 on to start the 8th for the Saguaros. Or Saguaros, I should say, my bad. I made it this long. But surprise now with the attack in the 8th, and hey, we have seen crazier comebacks in the AFL this year alone.
Yeah, we have, and surprise has come from behind. And this is like, if you're going to give up a no-hitter, you want a hard contact, a legitimate base hit.
There it is. Nice effort from Andy Weber at the Keystone. But it is the first hit tonight for surprise.
You know, and you've got Chaparro has a chance, you know, has the ability to hit the ball a long way.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm just saying, you know, one swing of the bat here, and they're within 3 now. We're running out of time here a little bit, but we had said all along that, you know, getting Caleb Kilian out of this game could be a momentum shifter. Now 6 runs, and Mesa's got Graham Spraker, the Fall League reliever of the year, up in the bullpen. He hasn't given up a run this fall.
So you're saying this is the time to strike?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Gillespie's got good stuff, but you know, this is the first signs of life this offense has shown tonight. He tried to hit a 6-run homer right there.
That's right, 96, climbing the ladder. Side angle, oof. Powerful hack.
It's a slider right there. Gillespie pretty much a 2-pitch guy. That 4-seamer does work well up in the zone, and when he can land that slider, it's very effective.
Chaparro with a big swing and a high fly ball. It looks like it's going to twist out of play. It does. I remember all the way back in maybe inning number 2 or 3. Yeah, inning number 3. You told me Chaparro's AFL nickname.
That I made up. I decided it's EV because exit velocity, and they hit a foul ball 107 miles an hour, or whatever it was. So he makes loud contact, and he does that.
A whiff. First out of the surprise 8th. A hitter Drew Millis.
There's that sharp slider from Gillespie. Chaparro way out in front.
And now Millis, 2 ground ball outs tonight. And there's strike 1. Now, I'm looking at surprise with a 15-13 record this year. They did take the East by 4 games, but the West looked much more competitive. I think some fans might look at the standings and say, man, they look even more dominant.
Yeah, I mean, the East, I think you meant Mesa, right, in the East.
Mesa, yes.
So, you know, they were the only team over 500, but they were in first place for most of the time. You know, they clinched, you know, right, that first game early in the week, so they could line things up. And yeah, it's hard because you're not playing these games to win. Obviously, they do. They go out in the field and they compete, as we've discussed. But how you manage them and things of that nature.
Another punch out, back to back for Gillespie.
And he's starting to land that slider now. I mean, it's really a remarkable story because he hadn't even been with the Orioles. So part of the reason they sent him here is they liked what they saw, but they didn't see him that much. That was actually the fastball. I'm sorry.
Well, he was signed in June.
Yeah, he was signed in June, so they don't really know what they had. He's showing some competitive fire on the mound right now, and he works quickly. Now the pitch clock helps, but he gets right on the mound and he's ready to go.
Duran has struck out twice tonight.
I do like Duran's bat speed. His hands are so quick through the zone. I mean, I think he has a chance to be a very productive hitter at the next level.
Picked up by Texas in the Joey Gallo deal in July with the Yankees. What's his position?
He's looked very good at third here. I know he's played second base also. You know, so these days guys move around quite a bit.
Yeah, you could tell me, hey, his position, super utility.
Yeah, no,
and nowadays that sounds great.
He may be a guy that could play both of those spots. If he's going to play one spot every day, I think it would be third base. But to be fair, that's where I've seen him here. Some familiarity bias. I have not seen him play second.
And Duran reaches for one, fouls it off to the left side.
He has struggled with the breaking stuff here tonight. I mean, it's the, you know, sort of gotten out in front on that front foot a little too often.
Duran is the 7th best prospect in the Texas organization, according to MLB Pipeline.
We'll re-rank all those during the offseason, and we take into account things like fall league performance.
Now, this league was created in 1992, a little off-season graduate school, you could say, for top prospects. Like Duran, power to all fields, quick hands.
And you saw that note that he does have a tendency to chase out of the zone, and I think that's what Gillespie was trying to do to get him to chase. And that's, I'm sure, what Duran has worked on while he's been here.
Gillespie got the best of him. The arms tonight for Mesa on fire. A little more traffic in the late stages, including the first hit this evening for Surprise. Drew Mount reaches, but nothing to show for it. They'll have one last chance in the 9th. Let's hit the 9th and see if Mesa can add on in the championship game.
The best things America makes are the things America makes out here. The history she writes in her clear blue skies, the legends she births on hometown fields, and the future she promises. When we made Grand Wagoneer, proudly assembled in America, we knew no object would ever rank with the best things in this country. But we believed we could make something worthy of their spirit.
Does your deodorant keep you fresh all day? We put Dove Men deodorant to the test with Nelson, a volunteer that puts care into everything he does.
It really protects my skin. It's comfortable and lasts a long time.
Dove Men, 48-hour freshness with triple action moisturizers.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. A hot, buttery treasure loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and sausage or bacon. And to top it off right now, they're just $1. $1. Now there's no reason to go somewhere else. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Spectrum Mobile now costs just $29.99 a month when you get 2 or more lines. $29.99? Yes, and you get everything. You get unlimited data and nationwide 5G. And all you're paying is, oh, that's what I was going to say. And all this comes on a super secure connection. $29.99. I'm going to go. Are they crazy? Possibly. Are they going to change it? No, they already made the balloons. It's the best deal in mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
Hi folks, this is Blake Shelton, and if you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or van, new or used, you need to stop by one of the oldest Ford dealerships in the country. Every day, the people at Paradise Ford offer you the personal service and automotive product knowledge that can't be beat anywhere in this area. Take it from me, Blake Shelton, at Paradise Ford. They do what they say every day.
We do what we say at Paradise Ford every day.
Highway 520 in Cocoa.
They make the tough plays and score the big runs, but who will make the final cut this year? Don't miss the All-MLB Team Awards, Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Eastern Time on MLB Network, presented by Q Health. And we'll discuss the All-MLB team candidates all week on the network. Right now, let's talk to the Arizona Fall League MVP. He learned about that award today, and his team is out in front 6-0 in the championship game. Mesa's Nelson Velasquez joins us right now. Nelson, congratulations on winning AFL MVP. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I'm doing good tonight and for us.
What do you think about your season? How did it go? I mean, you're named most valuable player in the AFL. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means everything to me. I feel so happy. And I feel so proud of myself that there's no word to spread how I feel.
So on top of being named Fall League MVP, you also learned that you were added to the 40-man roster. I mean, that's a pretty good couple of days you're having. What was that like, getting that news from the Cubs?
What? Sorry, I can't hear you.
What was it like getting the news from the Cubs? I mean, so you got the Fall League MVP today. You also got added to the 40-man roster. So it's a good couple of days. What was it like getting that news from Chicago?
I mean, when they tell me the news, I feel so good. I almost cry. And when they let me know that I was going to be in the 40-man roster, I feel so. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like, that's everything we work for, to be in the 40-man, and they made the major league. So I feel so good, so happy for it.
How much, Nelson, do you think your performance here in the Fall League is the reason why you were added to the 40-man roster? Your focus is amazing right now.
No, sorry, my bad.
Your guy, Luis Vasquez.
No, we see what's going on down there.
Doing bad thing to me.
Yeah, no, we can tell that Luis is going to get fined in kangaroo court for what's going on down there. But just in terms of how much your performance here, made you earn that 40-man roster spot.
I mean, it's like everything I've been doing is I bring that from the 2020 after the quarantine, and everything I've been doing is everything I do there, and it's just helping me right now. I think everything I do that help me it's just impressive. It's like I change everything about me, my swing and everything, and I think it's something that the COVID like it. Like they maybe was trying to see something about me they didn't see for 4 years that I did this year. So I think that made the Chicago Cup take me in the 40-man roster.
Can you take us inside what that experience was like? Was it a phone call? Who called you? What did they say?
Yeah. They called me last night before in the 7th inning when we was playing there in Mesa. Matt Doty called me and they was really happy to tell me, hey, congratulations. I'm so proud of what you've been doing this season, what you're doing the Fall League. Keep working hard, and I hope to see you soon.
Those are the words you can't wait to hear. Nelson, one of the things that seems to stood out in the fall, which has led to importance, is your approach. It looks like you've really made some really great adjustments at the plate to get to those tools that you have. Have you noticed a difference just in terms of seeing more pitches, making better swing decisions, things like that?
Yeah. All I've been doing is just be ready for the fastball. It's like I learned that if you're ready for the fastball, you're gonna be ready for the breaking balls as well. And all I do in this fall, saying I do in the season, is what get ready for the fastball, and I know I was going to be ready for the breaking ball. So that's something that helped me really good.
So what's next, Nelson? What are some goals for you in 2022?
Well, my goal keep being the same goals and just keep working hard and trying to make the show with the Cubs. That's all my goal.
This is Zach Green on the mound with 2 outs in the 9th.
I mean, I think you have every chance to make it if you can sit here and do this interview for an entire half inning with Luis Vasquez staring at you like that.
Yeah, he's Howard bothering me. I don't know. I hope he go next time.
Yeah, he ran away, but you'll get after him a little bit later. Nelson, what's the experience like with this team? Who has stood out to you, besides yourself, of course, at the plate or on the mound? Who looks like they're going to be in the big leagues very soon?
I mean, everyone here has talent to be in the major league next year. Everyone have been doing an amazing job. We have been. Okay.
Go ahead, keep going, Nelson.
Okay, sorry. Everyone here have been doing a great job, and I think everybody here has the chance to make the major league next year because everyone here has talent and. They are a great team, amazing teammate, they amazing guys, and yeah, I think everyone can make it.
Yeah, this lineup this year for Mesa, at least for me, really stood out. We're seeing that play out tonight as Jonah Bride smacks one back, a ball and 2 strikes, and Zach Green working well here in the 9th.
Really quickly, Nelson, with 2 strikes here, but obviously you're here to work on things. How much would it mean to you to win a championship?
I mean, it would mean everything because we have been working since the first day. We have been working hard. We have been doing everything we can do, everything we have to do with the team together, and it would mean everything to me and my team.
A 2-out single for Jonah Bride. Nelson, do you know that if your team holds on and picks up 3 more outs, not only do you win, of course, the Arizona Fall League in 2021, that you receive rings for the win?
Yeah, I know we're gonna get a ring, and it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to get the last 3 out and celebrate with my team.
Have you ever received a championship ring?
No, yeah, I will.
Exactly, yeah, you're close. Your offense is very close here. This is the first at-bat of the night for Austin Beck, who took over in center field.
You got a first 10 view because you're not playing I'm sorry, you're playing behind it, but talk a little bit about the job Caleb Kilian did today.
I mean, I played with him in the AA, then he went called to AAA, I guess. I don't remember, but he's an amazing pitcher. He's just nasty. I mean, I feel so comfortable. I feel good when he's throwing and I'm playing outfield because I know he's gonna do great.
And you have a first row seat for it. Was this the best that you've seen from him tonight?
I think yes. This guy can hit. They didn't hit the fastball or anything. He threw 6 innings, no hit, and yeah, I think it's the best night he do. He do a great night before too.
That was an alley-oop question, Jonathan, because I don't think he's ever had a perfect performance like that at this high of a level. So Kilian was outstanding, and there is strike 1 on your teammate Austin Beck. Well, Nelson, we really appreciate the time. Hey, there's a chance that you come up again in this inning if the 2-out rally continues. So we'll let you get back to preparation, and good luck in the 9th. And thanks for joining us. And also, congrats on winning the Joe Black AFL MVP.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's Nelson Velazquez in the Chicago Cubs organization, 22 years old, honored to win the AFL MVP. And now his team has 2 base runners on. Here are some past Joe Black MVP award winners. that have become Major League All-Stars. Go back to 2002 and Ken Harvey, and then more recently, Arenado, Bryant, Torres, and Ronald Acuna Jr.
I'm not sure. Did those guys go on to do anything?
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. There have been some great performances every year, and only one player can win MVP. There were a few candidates I thought who could have been in contention, but he is a very deserving one. And was at the top of offensive leaderboards for most, if not all, of the fall season.
Luis Vazquez picking on his teammate, and now back at the plate.
That's why he had to leave. He
had to get ready.
We had to thank Mesa for extending the inning so he could get out of Nelson Velasquez's hair.
One ball and 2 strikes. The Mesa 9-hitter has reached base 3 times tonight. He has scored 3 times. And this is pretty uncharacteristic of an Arizona Fall League game in that offense shows up just about every day. I mean, there was one game I remember, 15-15. There are ties in the AFL if it goes long enough. And more action in that one.
They only go 10 innings. And the final week of the season, they've shortened some games to 7 innings just because you only have so much pitching, and you can't have guys pitch more than they're allotted because that's not good for their development, and you don't want to risk injury. So, it's rare to see zeros. That is true.
2-2 to Vazquez. In that game, by the way, J.J. Bleday went 5 for 6 for Mesa with a homer, a double, 9 total bases. So he did really great work for your total bases league.
But and I had J.J. Bleday.
There you go.
J.J. Bleday carried me. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He was the only reason why I hung around.
Did he go around? No.
I did win the bronze medal, though.
3rd place out of 3?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a glass half full guy. I know you.
I'm just trying to put a spin. It's really
my bad. I exposed you.
It's really okay.
We had a Bride single with 2 outs, and then Austin Beck walked, and now Vazquez with a full count strikes out. Last licks for a surprise coming up in the AFL championship game as we just spent some time with the AFL MVP, who also learned that he's on the 40-man roster now for the Chicago Cubs. There he is receiving the Joe Black Award. And a little celebration earlier today as well. His team has more celebrating to do if they can pick up 3 more outs tonight.
We need to do something now. Pfeffer, what's the plan?
T-Mobile, sir?
T-Mobile has great phone offers for every customer on every plan.
Okay, hold on a second. You tell me that new and existing customers can get this?
Yup, new and existing customers. And they can get other benefits like free stuff or discounts every Tuesday.
I was going to say the same thing. That's it. Draw up a contract.
T-Mobile doesn't have annual contracts, sir.
I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Great phone deals on every plan, every day, every one.
What does 1800 tequila taste like? It tastes like victory. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
With Chase security features, guidance, and convenience, banking feels good. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Look good. Feel good. Play good. Gillette Pro Glide. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball to get virtually every hair on the first stroke. Look good, game good. Gillette.
Welcome to Allstate, where we've just lowered our auto rates. And savings like that follow you everywhere. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
The conclusion of the Arizona Fall League Championship game coming up in a moment, but first we check out Caleb Kilian's dominance this evening. 6 perfect frames on the Mesa side. I would say as good as it gets, but Caleb joins us right now. What do you think of your performance tonight, Caleb?
Man, I'm super happy about it. I had a rough one. My first game here at the AFL, same field, so it feels really good to have one of my best ones tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to get better as the season went on. I know guys are tired, but you look like you could go for another few months.
Yeah, I had a little break. I had a little rest at the end of the season, so I just pretty much ramped back up, so I feel good right now.
This is Jackson Clough, leadoff hitter for Surprise, and the Saguaros only have 1 hit this evening. Now it's Graham Spraker, relief pitcher of the year in the AFL, to try and shut the door, and he has been also, just like Caleb, absolutely on top of the league.
Yeah, he's been lights out, hasn't given up a run. This is the guy, Caleb, right, you want on the mound to close things out.
Oh yeah, of course. It's gonna be good to watch.
He has been your closer this season for Mesa. There's one, picks up the strikeout. So Caleb, tell us what you did, and we tried to go through it, but you can speak better to it. Curveball, changeup, different grips, and really immediate success for you.
Yeah, I'm working on 2 different pitch grips, the changeup, the curveball. It wasn't immediate, definitely not, but it seems to be more comfortable now. I'm making some progress with it. The changeup still, I'm going to work on that this offseason, get that going, but I threw a few that weren't horrible, so that's pretty good.
He's very modest.
Yeah, he is modest. I mean, we were hearing that you show a +1, maybe in the bullpen, and just not showing up all the time on the mound in games.
Not always showing up?
Not always showing up, I'm saying. You know, you don't throw it that often, right?
Oh, no, not much. I'm trying to work it in there, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a good one going.
Well, it was all working. Here's Spraker against number 2 hitter Nathan Eaton for Surprise. Who else has stood out to you on your team? Really a stacked roster this year, and we saw the lineup punch on the offense early on in this game.
Oh yeah, offense showed up today. Everyone brought the energy. This has been a great team to be a part of. We have good chemistry. We showed up at the clubhouse ready to go, ready to win some rings. So it's been a lot of fun playing with these guys.
Good defense too, and Caleb, as usual here in this championship game, innings moving quickly. So with 2 outs, we'll let you go, but we appreciate the time. Congratulations on a magnificent performance in the championship game.
Thank you so much.
It's 24-year-old Caleb Kilian in the Cubs system. What a show.
Making that Chris Bryant trade look even better.
That's right. Really the top pitching prospect acquired by the Cubs when they made their moves at the deadline, which included trading away Anthony Rizzo and Javi Baez, Jacques Peterson a bit before that. That's in the air, and this should do it. The Mesa Solar Sox win the Arizona Fall League in 2021. And the party is on at Salt River Fields. And a fun party from the offense striking early to Caleb Kilian just flying by with 6 perfect innings, and then the bullpen picking it up down the stretch. The defense was pretty clean. I mean, this was just an all-around performance from Mesa tonight, showing us why they were the best in the AFL.
Yeah, I mean, they dominated from the get-go, and I think they set the tone by putting up that 3 spot. And you know, starting pitcher loves getting to the mound already up 3 runs, and he just never gave the Saguaros any kind of breathing room whatsoever.
And that's why he is AFL Championship Player of the Game. Had a feeling.
Yeah, no, there's no brainer. I mean, with all due respect, Logan Davidson had a really good game, but what Caleb Kilian did there, 6 perfect innings. And that 6th inning was a bonus just because he was so efficient. He was only going to go 5, and he got that as gifted to him, and he was just as efficient in that inning too. And then the bullpen did their job as well.
It's also important to keep in mind that this is a hitters league, and it just was not the case tonight for Surprise. They had to play meaningful baseball right down to the finish line, including a hard-fought W to get here yesterday, but they just didn't have it tonight in the championship game. Also, Mesa just has such a talented team that I think we're going to look back on, and here's the final out. And we're going to go, oh, Gabriel Moreno was on that team, and Nelson Velazquez, and J.J. Blade could be up to the show for the Miami Marlins at some point next year, among others like maybe Caleb Kilian making an appearance in the Cubs rotation next year.
I think you're going to see there Graham Spraker celebrating. You think this is a developmental league? These guys wanted to win.
Oh yeah.
They got there and they really wanted to win, and congratulations to the players from all 5 of the organizations that made up the Mesa Solar Sox this year.
6 weeks of this AFL season. It all started on October 13th, a 30-game season. They play games from Monday through Saturday, and congrats also to the AFL, Chuck Fox, and everyone that helps him out running this league. So another successful AFL campaign where, yes, we had a competitive, certainly Mesa Solar Sox team taking the championship game, but also we're able to see some prospects pick up confidence and rise up eventually through MLB Pipeline's prospect lists.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at all these performances and take them into account. Guys certainly have helped themselves in terms of their prospect ranking with how they performed here.
Always a blast doing this with you, Jonathan.
Yes, a lot of fun, Scott.
So much fun to watch Mesa really just from start to finish take over in this one from day to night. A 6-0 victory. And coming up next, MLB Network breakdown for Jonathan Mayo and our entire Superstar crew. And thanks for all the guests that join us. This is Scott Braun logging off from Salt River Fields. Thank you so much for watching the 2021 Arizona Fall League Championship game right here on MLB Network.